cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Guys, it's me, Gabe. It's Double Impact. It is Tuesday, October 21st. The month is flying by. Sorry about that. I timed the intro song incorrect. I ran off into the kitchen to go talk to some family people and visit the little boys' room and get myself a drink. But I hope you're all doing good. Everyone is doing great. We're going to review a terrible movie tonight, Gremlins 2. I got in trouble for this movie when I was a kid. It came out in 1990. Jericho texted me. I don't think he'd ever seen this before. He texted me about an hour ago. I was in the parking lot of an In-N-Out Burger with my wife. We're having dinner. I do that ketogenic diet where it's only meat and cheese and eggs and just like no bread, no sugar, no. And I hate it so much. Can I just not have potatoes? Is that not okay? Can I not have bread? Anyways, I've lost a lot of weight eating this way, but I really don't like it. You order the 2 patties with cheese and then just onions. Instead of a bun, you're having like onions on the top and onions at the bottom. And I'm watching her eat the one with the bread. I got in trouble for watching Gremlins 2 when I was a kid. I was in a Bible study when I was probably 11 years old. This is 1990. This movie came out. I was going through a magazine, and I saw a Gremlins 2 magazine ad. Let me see if I can find an image of it. This is exactly it right here. It was like Newsweek at this person's house. Open image in new tab. It was this ad right here. It was a double-page glossy magazine ad. Share screen, share entire screen. Okay. I saw this thing's so dumb. That ad right there. A gizmo on the left, all black with a little gizmo, and then it had this executive chair with this gross hand with the cigar. And I couldn't stop looking at this ad because I think that the designs The design of the Gremlins is so great for like a little gremlin, for a little troll, a little goblin, a little monster. Not allowed to watch stuff like that. And I lied to my mother that I was going to see the Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman movie Hook. She took us to the theater. We bought our tickets, and we were scared to buy the tickets. My mom dropped me and my brother off. He was a year older than me, a year and a half older. So if I was 11, he was probably 12. And we saw Gremlins 2. And I got caught. Because my mom did the laundry, as all mothers and wives should do the laundry. I don't do the laundry, by the way, at my house. It's old school over here. So I wear the laundry. I don't wash it, okay? The next day, I think my mom came to me yelling and had the ticket stub in her hand. She had found it in my pants when she did the laundry. Heather wants to know, can I get it wrapped in lettuce? That sucks, Heather. I hate that. It can't be any worse than getting it wrapped in the onions. I just want the bun. What do they do to our food? What do they do to our food? You can't eat bread at all. Like, isn't bread like the staple of humanity, like what people eat? So, In and Out onion burger. I'll show you what I have for dinner. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I had dinner, right? Some people don't have dinner, right? Some people are starving. If you want to lose weight, you're eating this thing right here. It's a burger. Hold on. It's onion wrapped. The onion wrapped Flying Dutchman. Yeah, it's as good as it looks. I mean, it tastes fine. You take one bite into that, and the onion and all that, it all just falls apart. You got to eat it with a fork. It's not great. So, but got a lot of weight off and got to keep going. So, think about what you think about. Says in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna watch Hook. I realized that I've been lying to my mother for 35, almost 36 years. Because in 1990, I told my mom I was going to go see Hook, and I never have. I'm going to make that right. So upcoming movies, we're going to go more 80s nostalgia. That seems to be really fun to do. It's popular on here. We'll do Hook. We'll do E.T., The Extraterrestrial. A lot of great stuff. Maybe we'll go down a Spielbergian kind of avenue. Dwayne Nashir, I'm sure I didn't say that right. Says, hi, I have a question. Say it like you're being a smart aleck. I have a question. Ask away. That's what we're here for. Jericho's going to be about 10 minutes late. So, is your brother older? Did he get being older and having responsibilities? My brother's older by like 17 months, but he's not my older brother. It never came off that way. We were raised as like twins. We were raised like the same. Everything was the same. It was not, that's your older brother. Listen to your brother. There was no dynamic like that. We didn't fight. He never bullied me. We were like best friend twins. So we did not have your stereotypical younger brother, older brother kind of relationship at all. We did all the same things, went to the same places, like, I don't know. So we were more like what I imagine twins are like than what the older, younger. But I mean, I was bigger than him right away. By the time I was 5 or 6 years old, I was already bigger than him. And he's not a small guy. He's 6 feet tall. But I caught him and went right past him, when we were little. Use a low-carb cheese bun. You make it home. Yeah, Heather, thank you. We tried it all, man. It's just eat it. We just eat it. We just eat the keto diet, and that's how it is. Here's how I look at life. Anytime I'm bitching and complaining, I realize I should be grateful for what I have instead of complaining about what I don't have. So yes, I was being cranky about not getting to eat a bun. I'd rather lose the almost 60 pounds I've lost than just enjoying buns and then stay really fat or whatever, get really fat. Dwayne Nesher said, I have a question, and now they ask it. So if you were just drowning in anticipation, I will relieve you soon here. I'm glad my beard's coming back. For whatever reason, the last 3 years, I've shaved my beard in October, and then I hate it when I shave my beard. I love how I look with the mustache. It's finally coming back. It's been 2 weeks. The minute I shave my beard, I do it once a year. I'm going to stop. The minute I shave my beard, I hate it. I don't know why I did that, but I've done it for like 3 years straight now. What did you do if Christians who were anti-fiction attack you for making fiction by saying you are making a lie? Listen, Dwayne Nasher, here's the thing about all that. It doesn't matter if they're Christians or not, or Buddhists or whoever. If someone is attacking you and saying bad things about you, ignore it. It doesn't matter. Now, if it gets into a legal area where they're like saying, hey, Dwayne Nasher has a restaurant and puts bugs in all the food, then you have to sue them. That's not true, what I just said, obviously. But if people's lies are affecting your life in a legal sense, then yeah, you got to sue them. I've done that. Well, I didn't have to sue them. My lawyer sent them a letter letting them know to stop immediately, or I was going to own their effing house if they didn't knock it off. And they never said a peep again. So if someone's just saying mean things, in one ear, out the other. The thing about this is you cannot care what people think. You can only care what's right. That's it. If you're doing the right thing, people want to be lying, people want to do this, that, forget it. If it crosses into a legal zone where it's actually going to damage your life, then you go to an attorney. I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. That's just what worked for me. Heather says it's hard. I think she's talking about the keto diet. Hell happened to my feed? Oh, there we are. Yeah, people not treating each other. I think that, that's the only sin is doing things for ourselves that hurt others. There's nothing wrong with doing anything for yourself that benefits you. There's nothing wrong with that. But as soon as you benefit yourself, but you have to screw someone else over to do it, then that's sin, right? Because the opposite of that is love your neighbor as yourself, right? So you treat other people the way you would want to be treated. Well, you wouldn't want to be screwed over for someone else's benefit. So yeah, if people are doing bad things, this is how I look at it, okay? You have a free will, and it's immutable, meaning it is unchangeable. No one's free will. You cannot change my will no matter what you do. No matter torture, persuasion, money. If I do something, 100%, it's always my choice. It is. And because you cannot change my will and I cannot change your will, that means you can't control anyone else, which is a good thing. Because if human beings were actually capable of actually controlling each other's minds and making you choose something, then think about how evil people would be. They would actually make you go against your will. So I say all that to say this: when you're having a personal conflict with people or a person or people or a group or whatever, you just ask yourself, what is my part in this? Maybe they are the bad guy. Maybe they did everything and you've only done a little bit, because it takes two to tango. But maybe it's mostly their fault, right? Can you stop them? Can you change them? Can you make them see the truth? No. What you can do is get away from them. When I've had problems with people, whether it be a professional, personal, whatever, and I realize, oh, this ain't going to change. This person is they're dug in and they're right and they're evil. They're bad. They're doing horrible things. I just get away from them. Just cut them off. No. All I can control is that I'm not around that kind of a person. I can't stop them from being that kind of person. So if you have people really harassing you about it, just don't associate with them. There are 8 billion people on earth. You can find new friends, Let's see. Heather. She ordered EMPYREAN, Earth Illuminated, the greatest graphic novel of the month, of the year. Available now at bigmancomics.com. We finished shipping this out about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. A great success. Everyone who's gotten it loves it. I've gotten so many beautiful comments, emails, tweets. People love this thing. I don't know if you know, but last week, our friend Tyrus was wearing it on the air. I sent him a shirt, and he surprised me. I didn't know he was going to wear it on the air. There are certain people that are on the list. So when I have stuff, I send it to them, like comics and T-shirts. Certain buddies of mine get free stuff like that. Just to be cool, because we work together, because we're friends, stuff like that. So anyway, Tyrus was wearing the shirt. I'll bring up the image in a bit here. I'll find it and bring it up. But Heather says she got her comic. She said the art is amazing. I don't think she read it yet. Well, I hope she reads it soon, because as amazing as the art is, the story is amazing too. People love it. The story is heartfelt. It's very deep. It's very meaningful. We put everything we had into it. It means a lot to me, the story. Yes, this stuff is fun, but I do it because I mean it. A brand new thing I just noticed on StreamYard. Welcome to the show, Jericho Green. Is sometimes Jericho or myself or anyone else would show up late and you don't know, because here's how it looks. I'll drag this over here. This is what I see on my screen. Hold on. I'm not even sharing my screen. That's what I see, the infinity here. So you see these little boxes at the bottom. If I have a movie or something I want to bring up, or a screen I want to share, so you see Jericho's down here, and if I click him, I can make him come and go from the show. Sometimes people show up down there. That's the back room, and you don't know they're there, but they just added a thing where it wrote it at the top of the screen really big. It told me you were here. So welcome in. How you doing this evening?
Cut the shit. This fucking movie was some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
That's what you get for sending me to watch Madam Web. Now we're even.
All right, now. Well, I don't know, because Madam Web, I don't know. That
Madam Web was way worse than this.
Yeah, but
this was just mediocre. This movie is like, well, why? Like, why did you make this movie?
Yeah, cash grab maybe. We got to check to see if maybe the director had a divorce before this. One of the producers
It's always
had,
just the studio heads, right? Like, hey, the kids like those Gremlins. Why don't we make another Gremlin picture?
well,
right?
the first Gremlin was what, 80 something? So there's a few years
there's
between these
6-7 years, right?
Yeah, so yeah, the first was what, 84 or something? This is
old.
1990.
Yeah.
So yeah, there had to be something. Somebody got divorced. Somebody made a bad investment. Somebody got contacted by the IRS, because you just can't make this movie just because something bad happened. This movie is the result of trauma or some kind of bad situation, because I don't know. You talk about struggling to hold your attention.
It's a horrible movie. You know what?
This movie was
I think I
struggling.
told you in the text. This movie was like a really boring episode of a crappy TV show.
Yeah,
It was
he said it was really long.
It was an hour and 40. You know what I do when I know I'm not going to like the movie? I rent it on YouTube for like, $3-4, and then I play it at like 1.5 speed. That's the move. You play the movie fast, I'm telling you.
What the fuck? This movie was
it was dumb. It was a very dumb movie.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it sucked.
It was a lot. But like I wrote in the text, it's like the 80s fuck the 90s.
Yeah. It came out in 90. That means it was written and produced and filmed in like 88, 89, right? Because the movie's about a year ahead of when it comes out. It's when production will start usually. I mean, it may have been in production for a few years. We'd have to look all that up. But this movie definitely felt 80s. Even though it came out in the 90s, it felt like an 80s movie,
Yeah.
It didn't.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this movie had all kinds of problems with release dates, and there was just all kinds of behind the scenes problems. Maybe certain actors died or some shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of those types of movies where so much bad shit happened. Maybe as to why it was delayed. I don't know why it took so long to come out after the first one, but this was like a soft serve turd, like swirled in the toilet.
Yeah, not a good movie. Not good. And definitely not worth getting in trouble with my mother.
No, you could have saved that for something bigger than that.
Yeah, I got busted.
You could have saved that trouble for something else.
Yeah, and I'll tell the story again. So there was from the Gutfeld show. I was right before he came on. We were talking about this. The Gutfeld show last week. EMPYREAN Earth Illuminated, right here, the graphic novel that everybody loves. Go get it right now, bigmancomics.com. It's in stock and it'll ship immediately if you order it. So you'll love it. But look at Tyrus wearing the EMPYREAN shirt. I think I sent you one too, didn't I? Did I send you one? Awesome. Right. So yeah, you can get your own shirt.
EMPYREAN, no. Big Man Comics, yes. I did not get an EMPYREAN t-shirt.
Oh, so okay. Text me that, and I'll try and shoot you out one as soon as possible, because I got some. I got them. Got them in the warehouse.
Oh, I will.
Oh yeah. So, but it was a good time. Good time. A lot of great things happening with Big Man Comics. But we will definitely get back to. Hold on, get back to Gremlins here in a second. So, quick update, Big Man Comics. Dean Cain All-American Lawman is almost 30 pages out of 69 for the sequel done. 69. That was unintentional that it's 69 pages. I probably going to add a few pages to it because, after when you start drawing, you're like, this could use 2 pages or a double page splash or something like that. But right now we're at 69. Might go up to like 72. And then the Unstoppable Tyrus sequel, 80 pages. I finished writing that on Friday. So I'm going to let that sit for a week. I'm drawing concept art, and then I will then I'll go rewrite the Unstoppable Tyrus 80-page book. I'll go rewrite it again next week. I'll go take a second look at it, rewrite some ideas. You got to fix scenes like, oh, this happened and that was too fast and blah, blah, blah. It's all a big puzzle when you write. You're trying to make the whole thing coherent and have verisimilitude, which is one of my favorite words when it comes to writing.
Do you ever have...
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, and then I will go back and fix the dialogue and all that for the Unstoppable Tyrus Volume 1, which I finished 2 weeks ago, but I let that sit for a while I worked on the sequel. So I juggle the books. I kind of take a break from them and work on other ones. And it's best to let it rest for like a week. That way, when you come back and read it, you're like, oh, yeah. It's not fresh in your head. So that's good. So you get out of all the biases and oversights you might have, because it's kind of like coming to it fresh again. It's a little bit new if you let it sit for a week and then come back to it. That's a little bit of my writing process. If I was Canadian, I would say process and organization and a suri and a boot.
Ooh, suri.
Ooh,
and you
suri.
everything that Everything that we spell with an OR here, you would spell OUR.
Right.
Because
I've always imagined that British people don't say color, they say colour.
Colour. Somebody better if you're fucking spelling it like that.
Or flavour.
Flavour or harbor.
What color? What's your favorite? Don't they spell favorite weird too, or no? I don't know.
Yeah, they added a U to it. Canada, shut the fuck up. Yeah, everything we have OR, they add a U.
We got to get Marsden back in here and make him answer for all this bullshit.
For all
we got to get Marsden in a room,
atrocities.
like this giant cinder block room with just one light swinging.
Yeah.
And you're the good cop and I'm the bad cop. Like, hey, Matthew, can I get you a coffee, maybe some cigarettes? Listen, where the fuck were you on January 3rd? You tell me right now, because I know where you were, scumbag. You were hurting people because that's what you like to do, isn't it? Oh, you get off on that. You get your jollies from hurting little people, don't you? Just get in his face. And then, Jericho, then you tell me to back up. So you're the good cop. You know what I mean? Earn his trust.
But look, man, you better come clean this guy's a loose cannon. I'd rather interrogate him about English breakfast because that somebody has to atone for that shit.
Right.
That is a fucking mess.
I think the final boss of British food was the toast sandwich that we found. We were talking to him that one day.
Hey, Nick, that shrimp and cucumber bullshit.
But remember, there was a bread sandwich with bread in the middle.
How poor do you have to be to eat a bread sandwich? Fucking London, come on.
There was British shrimp and cucumber. That's fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah, and there was like no mayonnaise on it or nothing. It was just a slice of cucumber, like the cocktail shrimp, the pink cooked cold fucking cocktail shrimp on a little piece of bread with no crust on it. That's what the fuck they pass off as a shrimp sandwich. And Jolly, oh do. Fuck.
No thanks.
That's not. There's no excuse for that. That's not a sandwich.
I don't know.
That's a finger food.
Eat a lot of out of here. Eels, mushy peas, a lot of weird shit. You know what I think I just realized? I will have to ask Matthew about this. I get chips, British French fries, right? And they're good, but the British pub I go to, the food is really good, but they don't put any salt on them. Is that this restaurant, or is that a British thing that you're supposed to salt your own fries? I don't know the answer to this question, but there's quite literally no salt on them when they come to the table, and they have a salt shaker. You could do it yourself. Just seems weird to me. I don't know. There's like some salt thing going on in England. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's who fucking knows, but it's expected that your fries would come salted. Now there are other things like a meat or something like that. Maybe they won't season as much, or maybe not at all. But your fries, usually they got something going on. You should be able to pick up a fry with no, even if you like ketchup, grab the first few with no ketchup or something. But yeah, I think we can't turn to England for any kind of anything that makes sense with food. Like we can't turn. That's like turning to a homeless dude with his own shit smeared all over him, and you're like asking him, questions about society and policy.
Don't call them homeless. They're unhoused.
Actually, they're unhoused. Okay, if you ask some crazy unhoused person with his own feces, and you're like, so man, tell me,
it's not feces. It's he's excrementally challenged.
Actually, it's rear excrement. Actually, it's butt chocolate. So, yeah, whatever, dude.
It's fair trade booty chocolate.
It's farm to table ass chocolate.
Right.
But yeah, England, you guys did a lot of good things. And I heard somebody else say this isn't mine, but they were like, all those what was it? The fucking Spice Road and all that shit. You guys didn't grab a couple handfuls off the Indians and get some seasoning in your fucking food. You guys just like, no, I'm gonna do it.
That is a thing that I know is British food is notoriously horrible. But Matthew explained that on his show once, is that's a post-World War II thing where people got used to eating really bland like staples because it was rations, because their country was like locked down fighting Germany. So yeah, they're eating canned beans on toast because that's what there was. He told me that's where that tradition of that crappy food comes from.
But we're 80 years past that now.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But it does make me laugh because left-wing people of color love to insult white people. Actually, they love to insult white people by saying their food has no spice, and they don't and like, no, that's not true. That isn't true at all. Like, if I live anywhere on earth, Bangkok, Africa, Japan, and I want to be a professional chef and get in the game of like gourmet dining, Michelin star restaurants, I'm going to go to a French school and learn gourmet cooking. French people are white. Gourmet is a French word. That's white people. The
They're
finest
like
cooking,
so white.
the standard of cooking in the world is white. So whenever they insult white people about cooking, I'm like,
Well, even if you go like Italian food, those are white people.
those are white people.
Italian food's fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I would go either French or Italian. Probably Italian. If I had to specialize, I go Italian food because you
My
got the
favorite
breads, the
food.
cheese, the meat sauce. Ugh.
Oh God, so good. Favorite food is pizza. That is my favorite food in the world.
American pizza, though. You go over there, that's some bullshit.
We're better than everyone.
Italian pizza, Sicilian pizza is horse shit. American
Did you go
pizza.
when we were in Vegas? Did we go to Pizza Rock? Did you go with me there?
No, I would remember such a place.
Because they've won the award in the world of going to Milan every year. There's a contest, and they've multiple times won best pizza in the world at this Pizza Olympics in Milan, Italy.
America.
And, yeah. But there's a new place. I keep up with Vegas restaurants because I'm always in Vegas. There's a new place in Vegas called Solamente, and they unseated Pizza Rock for best pizza in Vegas or Nevada or something like that. So I haven't been to Solamente, so I have to go.
Isn't that Spanish for only?
It is, but it might be Italian also because many of those
because the Mexican restaurant took the pizza title. Holy shit, America is amazing.
Français is seulement, right? So it's spelled the same. Solamente is how it's spelled. But it's a seulement. It's only in French.
Fuck you, France.
So
you stink, France.
Yeah, what is that?
Why do you guys smell like shit? Why do you guys smell like shit? And speaking of fucking European people, how come European people, like when you come here, you have to even if you come here on holiday, you need to adopt even if temporarily, you need to adopt some of our customs and cultures. And one of our customs and cultures here in America is we speak to people. Like if you're asking, especially if you're asking somebody for something or you're approaching somebody, or if you make eye contact, walk past somebody or hold the door for somebody, whatever the fuck, we speak to each other. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good morning, whatever. We don't just jump into our conversation or jump into our request.
Right.
And if you do, you're an asshole. That's just how we do things. So Euros, and mainly Eastern Europeans, you Russian fuckers, you Eastern European people, fucking we talk to each other.
Question asks you.
We speak to each other over here. You assholes.
Yeah, I've heard from Europeans,
so people
from other countries that like Americans sure are comfortable just talking to strangers. We are. It's not weird. They're just people.
Yeah, it's our culture.
There's a big blue
ghost.
There's a big blue inflatable ghost by my house down the street. There are inflatable ghosts everywhere. Orange pumpkins. I put pumpkin lights on my house, all kinds of decorations, a giant spider web. The big baby keeps asking me to see the big blue ghost. And it's only up at night. When it gets dark, the guy turns on the air and then it blows up. So we drove over there today and it was like, Jericho, as we approached his house, it was doing this. It was becoming erect.
Yeah.
And it's a big ghost. It's like 9 feet tall. It's awesome. And we got there right in time. And I just talked to the guy. I said, oh, yeah, my granddaughter she's always asked me to see the big blue ghost. So, yeah, man, it's really great. He said, I don't know where I got it, but make sure you come here on Halloween to get candy, blah, blah, blah. And yes, Europeans, you can just talk to people, even if you don't know.
Yeah, you pricks. So. And since we're on the topic, is it okay that Halloween decorations are rivaling Christmas decorations now?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, but I don't think they should surpass them. Could they get up to their level? That's fine with me.
In some cases, it's crazy. It's inflatables, lights. There was a house on the corner. They did it awesome. I don't know if maybe they're just really good at it or if they got professionals, but they had the backlighting, the cemetery scene, and everything. It wasn't overdone. It was very nice. It was very classy. But dude, the house next to him was a bunch of inflatables and orange and black lights. I'm like, it rivaled Christmas. Is that okay? And when did that start? Because normally your neighborhoods are dark until Christmas. Everybody's house got lights on them, and then the rest of the year you take that shit down. I just don't remember like that.
You know what I'm guilty of?
So guilty.
Putting my Christmas lights up. And you've been to my house. I got a lot of length to put Christmas lights all the way from the one side, around the corner, down the fence, blah, blah, blah. I put up the Christmas lights, Jericho, and I don't take them down.
No.
And then I come home for months. I'm like, oh, I need to take those down. Oh, I need to take those down. Oh, and then
Next thing you know,
and I put my Christmas lights up on Thanksgiving Day. That's when I turn them on. And every Thanksgiving, I flick them on and like, oh, they've been bleached by the sun. The color sucks. And then I have to buy new ones. This year, when I hung up my pumpkin lights like 3 weeks ago for Halloween, I ripped out the Christmas lights. So I made it to the end of September, but I ripped out the Christmas lights. So I'm going to buy all new ones. Beautiful. I like blue. I don't like the strings that don't have blue. I want the blue and the red, the green, the yellow, and the orange. I want the whole rainbow.
The classic Christmas lights.
Not the big bulbs, though, the little LEDs. The big bulbs.
Yeah. But the classic color scheme.
Right, the classic color. I don't
Red,
like
green,
when it's
blue,
all
yellow.
white or all blue. I want the rainbow on there. It's so beautiful. And I love, as soon as the sun goes out, I love turning on my Christmas lights. I leave them on all night, too. I know I shouldn't.
Oh, hell yeah. No, hell yeah. I leave my Christmas lights on all night. When we get up in the morning, to go to school or whatever, we'll turn them off. But yeah, Christmas lights stay on all night. But I'll tell you a moment that it doesn't really hit you till you're an adult, because you're not doing this as a kid. You're not like taking the trash out at night. You're not going outside for something at night. But when you go outside as an adult on Christmas night and you're like throwing away boxes in the recycling trash, or you're standing outside, it's cold, you're seeing your breath, and you think like it's over. Like tomorrow's not Christmas anymore.
Right.
And it doesn't hit you the same as when you're a kid, because you're seeing it from a totally different angle. Like it's like you're in an arena and you have totally different seats as a kid versus an adult. But as an adult, you're like, it kind of fucking sucks. Christmas, it's over. It's Christmas night. That's it.
And it comes so fast. But the analog to that, Jericho, when I put up my Christmas lights on Thanksgiving, and then you're in and out of your house for that month before Christmas, and you go out and it's dark, everyone's already asleep in the neighborhood, you're outside for whatever reason, you went to the store, you're taking out the trash, and it's still and it's cold and the stars are out, and your body and the yard is lit by this rainbow Christmas lights. It's such a good feeling, it's that Christopher Columbus, not the explorer, the movie maker, all of his Home Alone, Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, all his great like holiday family movies, it feels that way to me, to like be standing under those lights on my property in the dark, in the cold night air. I don't know, the stillness of it, the peace. It's a beautiful thing. I love the Christmas lights. I love to see them I'll look out my kitchen window, or I'll look out I'll look out one of the windows to see them. And I don't know. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. I love it.
It is. And especially, leading up to it. Like you said, you have that whole month, but you still know it's not here yet. It's not Christmas yet. But
and when you take them down,
Christmas.
I didn't take them. I'm taking them down this year. I will actually remove them from the house. But when do you turn them off? Because I think it's okay to leave your Christmas lights until New Year's. You can keep turning them on until New Year's, right?
Agreed.
So, okay. I'm going all out this year for Christmas. I saw at Home Depot, and I saw them in person. I went there looking for Halloween stuff, and it was all Christmas stuff in this one section. They have like a 3-foot tall lacquer painted Mickey Mouse that's like moves and talks, Minnie Mouse and Goofy. They're like $300 a piece. I'm so tempted to get them.
Damn. It's a set, or you got to buy them a la carte?
You can buy them each. You can buy one, one of each. You don't have to buy them all together. So they're there's $900 for all three.
Yeah, but you can't just have Mickey.
Well, if you're gonna have one, I think you would just have Mickey. But
can you have one?
The Goofy one is the best one because he's sitting in a giant chair, and he's talking and telling a story to like kids. He's holding a book and shit. Oh, here it is. I'll show it to you. Here. Yeah, $279. Oh, let me bring it up on the screen. This is today's show is brought to you by Home Depot. Right here, these. Look at this. Goofy's sitting there reading a book. Minnie's there. Mickey's there. How great is this? How great is that? Look how big that thing is. Oh, it's not even on the damn screen.
Yeah, can't see it, but I imagine it looks great.
There. Look how big it is. Like 3.5 feet tall. It's huge. This thing.
And where do you put that?
Yeah, you can put it outside.
Oh.
And it and it reads a Christmas story. It reads from that book.
That's cool.
And then there's a Mickey and a Minnie. Look how they're almost
$900. Fuck, I don't know about that.
I like it.
That's a lot.
I might do it. I don't know. I really. Maybe someone will talk me out of spending this much money. Hey guys, go to bigmancomics.com right now.
Your wife will talk you out of it.
Buy everything on my website so I can get these Mickey Mouse. And all
Adrian, don't let him buy all that shit.
I don't know. She was looking at it with me, so
Uh-oh.
She's a big Mickey Mouse gal. Think about what you think about. Says like the scene in the Christmas Vacation where he plugs the lights in. You know, I've never seen Christmas Vacation. I've never
What
seen.
the fuck? You've never seen that?
I've never seen any of those Vacation or Christmas Vacation or European Vacation. Never.
But
seen
that's Christmas Vacation is one of the Christmas movies. Christmas
now, hold
Story, It's a
on.
Wonderful Life.
Now,
Like, it's
hold
up
on.
there.
Now, hold on. What do you know about how I was raised and how my mother would allow me to watch that? You know those are dirty movies.
Yes,
I know enough about those movies to know they're dirty movies.
Yes, but you've been a grown-up for quite some time.
Yeah, but
you've had
since I was raised that way, I don't choose to watch dirty movies now.
It's not a dirty movie. It's a family Christmas movie.
There's a lot of sex jokes in it. There are. I don't know. Really? It's just not my style.
I'm trying to remember.
Remember, they were somewhere, and it's like he's gonna pork that lady on the table at the European one or whatever.
No, I'm just talking about strictly Christmas Vacation. I can't speak. I cannot be the representative for any other movies. I'm only representing my client. Christmas Vacation, and that movie is
never seen it, but
it's perfection.
It does have one of my favorite songs, the original one by Lindsey Buckingham, "Holiday Road." What a great song!
Which one is that?
You don't know "Holiday Road"? I'm gonna get it on YouTube.
I'm sure I know it, but
everyone knows it because they use it. They use it in commercials and everything. Holiday Road.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What a great song.
Okay. I'll tell you my favorite Christmas song and the Christmas song that I fucking despise, and I never want to hear it again. Number one, the greatest Christmas song. I can't say the greatest because there's Silent Night. Right. But one of the greatest Christmas songs ever made, Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Forget about it. Hands down, my favorite Christmas song. I'm listening. Yeah, and my least favorite that I never want to hear again, and it fucking makes me mad every time I hear it, is the Christmas song that was it Paul McCartney and Wings.
I have no idea what that is.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy.
There's one like do they even know it's Christmas or something like that? Yeah, there's these like narcissists, never grew up, never had kids, like. Yuppie, like asshole. There's a couple of them like that.
It's like it's a Paul McCartney one. It's that one, but no, I gotta look it up now.
Here's one. Man. Okay, here it is.
Holiday Road. Holiday
Road. Come on, dude. That's one of the best hooks I've heard in pop music, period.
Oh, yes. Simply happy Christmas. I fucking hate that song. Shut the fuck up, Paul McCartney, you limey piece of shit. That song is terrible.
Right.
But who is the greatest Christmas singer?
The greatest?
Now you gotta put Bing Crosby in there, Mariah Carey, Nat King Cole.
Right.
I say Nat King Cole is the greatest Christmas singer.
He might be.
Silent Night, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Dude, Nat King Cole is the best Christmas singer ever. Fight me in the comments, people, right now. Because Nat King Cole, come on, what do they call him? The Velvet something.
Something, yeah. What about... Now, I heard that John Lennon's old lady was going to release a Christmas album. Here's a preview.
Shut the fuck up, you kook. You ever see where they perform with Chuck Berry?
Oh, yeah.
And Chuck Berry looked at her like, if you don't shut that bitch right now. Chuck Berry wanted to knock her the fuck out.
Chuck Berry's looking like this.
Dude, I don't blame him. I'm up here performing my art, and you got this crazy bitch up here screaming like she lost her mind. I can't stand Yoko.
Yeah, that's hilarious stuff.
Like, shut your crazy ass up. I bet she's like that all the time. Just an insufferable fucking weirdo.
Just an insane narcissist.
Yeah, just a fucking nut job. Shut up. Still riding the coattails. Yeah. He was like, bitch. How does she look worse younger?
Look at him. He's like oh, please just take me somewhere else. He's just trying not to be there. In that
Dude,
moment.
I would laugh if he just said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up,"
He
and just
like,
stop the set.
just club her on the head like the honky tonk man. With
Give
like
her shake,
one of
rattle,
those,
and
those
roll.
pro wrestling balsa wood guitars that just
Yep. Give her a steel chair right across her forehead. Shut up.
Oh no, Chuck Berry's got the guitar.
Dude, how disrespectful was that?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
forget your stupid husband and his stupid band, but that was disrespectful to Chuck Berry. He don't got nothing to do with all that weird drug-induced shit you're into.
Well, here I go. As a writer, but as an artist, as a writer, someone that works at the top level of my profession, when you are working with jokers, it is insulting. That did you see in that? Chuck Berry's like,
it's disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful. Like, do you know what it took to do what we're doing? How dare you show up like that?
And Chuck Berry was an artist when there was real racism out there, not this candy-coated shit that we claim to deal with now. Right. He had to go through that just to be up here with this crazy bitch screaming into the microphone.
Yeah, can you imagine? Because I know as an artist, when you start, you're not getting paid, you're not famous, you're doing shit for free. You're like, especially musicians, you're in a van with 6 dudes driving 800 miles to play a middle school gymnasium for 38 people. You're going to lose money on this concert. Like, that's how it starts, dude. And then add to that, you're black. And it's the old days when they actually were racist. So not only is it like a degree of difficulty becoming a musician, now it's actual racism, 60 years ago.
Yeah. Now you got to come through the kitchen.
Right. He has to come through the kitchen to play his own fucking concert for, $12. And then this one's up there going,
Dude, I wish he would have seen her face turn into like one of those like water boy. Get out of here, boy. You better go through the fucking kitchen. And he just walked up and slapped her fucking face sideways.
How does John Lennon stand there with a straight face? Like, yeah, guys, this is my lady, and we're all going to placate her. How does he have the temerity to do that?
What kind of control does she have over him for him to just stand there and allow her?
Tells you he's a complete beta male. And look, I look at the lyrics to Imagine. The guy's a commie beta, whatever. Like,
I wanted to say, isn't he embarrassed? But obviously,
no,
he has no shame, because there's no way in hell I would let my wife stand up there and embarrass me.
I thought that was one of the great moves during the lockdown. The girl that played Wonder Woman and a bunch of celebs came out to cheer us all up. They did a medley where they all sang Imagine together.
Wasn't that awesome?
Imagine.
Didn't you feel changed after that?
Yeah, when the lyrics to Imagine there's no heaven. That's what people worry about dying might want to think about.
Yeah. Stupid. Out of touch fucking idiots. And the one was just as good as that one, if not better, was the I take responsibility. I take responsibility. I take responsibility. Every joke that went unchecked, every time, blah, 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 I take responsibility. I take responsibility. Shut the fuck up. Take responsibility for what? You're rich. Yeah. You're rich, so shut up and go be rich. Go do rich people shit. Why are you talking about you take responsibility like you're going to do something? If you're not going to give away all your riches, then shut up and just go be rich.
Right. John Lennon did say that the Beatles were bigger than Jesus in the Bible.
The Beatles.
That's it's a very disrespectful, sacrilegious, possibly blasphemous thing to say.
Well, look what happened to John Lennon. Booyakasha.
He got that was bad times.
Out of here. And I
think it was announced on Monday Night Football by the guy that talked like that.
Well,
John Lennon
shot
dead at 29 or 32 or whatever he was. So
yeah, and I think the guy who did it just got out of prison not too long ago. What was his name?
I don't even know.
John Hinckley,
but I think
that's who shot Bobby Kennedy. I think it was John Hinckley.
Yeah, I think it was
Hinckley,
right.
John Hinckley Jr. And I guess his parents are like rich or something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, no. Sirhan shot old Bobby Kennedy, RFK's papa.
Yeah. Here's the actual best musician back from the 60s, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. the American Mozart. And no, I'm not the one that called him that first. No one wrote harmonies or arrangements like him. He changed music forever with the double tracking and all the like. No. This guy is 100 times the musician of anyone in the Beatles combined.
He's not as good as Yoko Ono.
Please.
You ever heard anything so prolific?
But that's like all the people at the No Kings March and all. It's just the same people.
Dude,
like a year ago, I saw on the news like everyone at the anti-Trump rallies is like old ass.
Yeah. Boomers. What the fuck, I'm like, man?
Oh no, I figured it out. These are boomers. They've been filthy, disgusting commie hippies since the 60s. And they're at the end of their life. And they have too much pride to admit to themselves they've wasted their life on this shit ideology. That's what it is. They're narcissistic. You know, Dr. Drew, the great Dr. Drew and Adam. I was on Dr. Drew's show. And one of the things I've heard him say lately, he said that Trump derangement syndrome, in his opinion, is a marker for narcissism. And I think of the people I know that are like Trump deranged, like, yeah, they are total narcissists. That's true. You know, and but the old boomers at the No King rally, holy shit, dude. They've wasted their lives being hippies, and now they can see it, but they're going down with the ship. They're not going to admit it.
Yeah, once you've committed to something like that, unless you have the integrity to admit you're wrong, you're going to take that one to the grave.
For everyone watching this, that is one of the greatest life hacks ever. Do not ever give in to the sunk cost fallacy in life. Don't, if you catch yourself saying, well, we've gone this far, I guess we shouldn't stop now. Nope. If you've done something and it's horrible and you're still going, you want to add to that? For what reason? For the embarrassment of having to say you were wrong? Dude, it's embarrassing to stick with bullshit. It's less embarrassing to say, okay, I was wrong, moving on.
But if you're surrounded by people who see it the same way you do, then you don't even see the shame. Just like John Lennon. He doesn't see the shame. Mark David Chapman, thank you. He doesn't see the shame in his wife acting like a fucking mental patient. So they don't even see it. And Saturday, after my son's football game, where they ended the regular season 6-0, and they have a bye week and they're going to the playoffs on November 1st. But anyway,
almost as good as my Denver Broncos with the greatest comeback in the history of the NFL. Go ahead.
Well, but it was the Giants. But so we were at In-N-Out.
You can only use on your schedule. Go ahead.
That's true. They're supposed to have a great defense. But there were probably 100, 200 people because the In-N-Out was right on the corner. So between this corner and then that one, like the four corners of the intersection is probably like 200 people. And the overwhelming majority of them were old. And that stood out to me. I'm like, aren't you? And I learned this long ago.
Yeah.
Age does not guarantee that you're going to be wise or intelligent.
No.
And it reminds me of, there used to be this a sitcom that I'm sure you never saw, was called Martin. And there's an episode
Martin
where
Lawrence and Gina.
Yeah, they broke up, and his pride won't let him apologize to her and get back with her, even though she's miserable. And he's playing poker because his friends are doing something. So he's hanging out with these older cats that he knows, and like his parents' age. And he's playing with them, and everything goes back to, oh, Gina used to do that, or Gina, oh, I remember, Gina liked it. Everything was, so he's bringing everybody down. They're like, man, we're out of here, you sad sack. And so they're leaving, and one of the old men, he puts on his jacket, and he says, you know something? He says, old fools used to be young fools. Have a good night, son. And he left him, and Martin sat there and pondered it. So just because they're older, and you'd like them to have a Werther's Original in their pocket and toss you one and sit you down and regale you with tales of how they went to school uphill both ways and, drop some wisdom on you. They've been where you're going. They sit there and peel an apple with a pocket knife, right? Eat the slices. So they have some knowledge for me. You're old, you're wise. Teach me, oh wise one. But they're fucking idiots. As old as you are, you should know better.
There's a saying that my wife and I have that I coined. I was in an argument with someone, and they were like in their 60s or something, and they were belligerent and out of control. And I'm not being biased because they were dead wrong. I'll just leave it at that. And I got in the guy's face. I said, "How the fuck do you get this old and you're still this fucking stupid?" The guy was out of line with me, so I let him. Let him have it. Didn't touch him. Legally let him have it, verbally. But I asked him that because I was just the incredulity that I felt with this idiocy coming out of this old man's face. I said, how the fuck do you get this old and you're still this stupid? And
it's a disheartening.
Age is supposed to confer wisdom, but strength is only built through resistance. I only have the muscles I work out. If I want to skip leg day, well, then I'm going to skip it, but then your muscles aren't going to grow the same, right? And if you don't have hard things and then you react to them correctly in life, you're not going to build that toughness mentally. You're not going to build that wisdom if you just keep skating by in life. And we live in the most successful, abundant culture in the history of the world, still to this day, even though it's harder. It's still the most abundant, safest, whatever society to live in. So there's a ton of soft people because of it. Speaking of that, Antonio said, y'all seen the yes on 50, no on 50 people. Yeah, those protesters.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin Newsom
yes on 50.
He wants to redraw all the congressional districts in California to eliminate the few Republican ones we have. I think it'll win. This stupid state is filled with so many dumbasses that just do whatever Gavin Newsom says. And then I like guys like George Clooney. He's like, I feel better raising my kids in Italy than America. It's like, motherfucker, aren't you the one that voted for the shit? You voted for the shit that you hate in California, and then you flee California.
Yeah.
George Clooney's the guy that like rips a giant fart and then leaves the room and leaves everybody else in there with it.
Yeah, you've been sucking Gavin Newsom off and the Democratic Party off, and one in the front and one in the back. And now you want to, I'd rather go take your fucking ass to communist Italy and let a bunch of African illegals come camp out on your front yard, you stupid son of a bitch. Man, they're so fucking dumb. But there were, you saw a lot of, I'm reading the signs out there, and they're all super extreme. Or Trump is a Nazi and he's a fascist, and yes on 50, tons of yes on 50. Right. So that lets you know right there, you need to vote no on 50.
Right.
But yeah, it'll definitely pass in California because there's, you've heard the phrase 1 step forward, 2 steps back. California's 10 steps forward and none back ever. It's a lost state. Republicans have no power here.
I don't have any way to prove this, but I think living here, Jericho, you would agree with my theory. I don't have proof. They're at a minimum 10 million illegals in this state, not this country. California has 10, 15 illegals, 10, 15 million illegals, and they vote. Why do you think the Democrats are tripping as they run to make sure that there's no ID at voting? Do you know how you vote? Because I vote here. I'm going to go vote in 2 weeks in the special election for the Prop 50. You vote here by showing up. And and if you say you don't have a ballot, they hand you one. You fill it out, it goes in the box, and it gets counted. The only way they'll ever check if it was a real vote or not is if there's like a big recount and blah, 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 blah. They're not doing recounts.
No.
So anyone and everyone can vote here, and there's no due diligence to check on it. Now, they'll say I'm wrong, but they don't do recounts. They never tell us they do. They don't verify all this stuff.
And you can go to multiple voting poll places if you want to. They're not asking for your ID.
They don't ask for anything. I just walk in there and I can just vote.
You can drive around all day voting if you want to.
And you're like, oh, what's your name? And they'll look you up and then pull your ballot out. But if you say you don't have a ballot, they'll give you a provisional one on the spot. No ID, no proof of residency, no proof I live in this district. And the way they gerrymander the stuff, dude, they find the red parts of any place, and then they'll draw a shoestring over to the big blue area near like the university, get all those liberal professors, and then include them in the red neighborhood. So then the blue outvotes are, oh my God.
It's fucked up, man. But it's gonna pass. And California, as far as elections and stuff like that, California is fucking left.
But it doesn't matter, because on the national scale, Trump's not going to lose the House in 26. He might not lose the Senate. If anything, Republicans are guaranteed to pick up a ton of seats in 26 in the House, because they're going to get rid of that Voting Rights Act in the South. It's racist. And then all those states are going to redistrict to add more Republican things. They're going to just do what California's doing. And the most you get out of California is like 5. But when you add up all those other states, it's like 19 for the Republicans. So the Democrats are fucked. They're not going to be able to do Adam Schiff investigations, impeachment, all the bullshit they do. So nothing gets done for us, the people, because they can't stop their hate boner for Trump. It's this. I really think man. Dr. Drew is right that like Trump derangement is narcissism, but I also think it's like you're stupid. If you've lived the last 10 years and you've seen everything that's happened with Trump, COVID, lockdowns, impeachment, fake 1, fake 2, Russia, Biden, Harris,
Holy shit.
Ukraine, everything you've seen for 10 years, mRNA injections, and you're out there, Trump is a fascist, blah, blah. You're a fucking idiot. You are. You're fucking dumb. You're actually dumb. Like, I wouldn't trust you to vacuum my living room because you'd find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, and there's no proof of all of these things that they say. Trump is this and he's racist and all these things. Well, where is your proof? All they can come up with is some
he wants
flimsy...
to be a king. He's not a king, Jericho, but he wants to. You hear the things he says.
But they can come up with some flimsy, oh, well, he said this one time and it can be debunked and disproven in 5 seconds, but that's all they have. You have no proof of this dumb shit you're saying. No king, no shit. What king steps down and says, I'll let somebody else rule for 4 years and I'll be back? That's not how kings work. Kings don't go, oh, you want me out of here, people? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me gather my things. Give me 30 days to clear out my belongings. Get the fuck out of here. They don't go anywhere until they die. They get killed or get poisoned or have syphilis or some shit and die in their palatial bedroom. No king says, oh, you know what? I'm not doing good enough. You guys don't like me. I'm unpopular. Let me get out of here. No, that's when they fire up the guillotines and start chopping people's heads off until you don't think that anymore. Fucking idiots. No king, no shit. Where's he a fucking king? And if he was, guess whose heads would be rolling down the hill first? Yours. So you wouldn't even be, he would fence off that stupid no king's march and chop all of your heads off, you stupid asshole.
I always say that the Democrat Party is the female and the conservatives are male, like in the way they behave. And I do think it's very funny. A lot of the things the left does is how women are like, I'm going to fuck with Jericho to see if he can handle it. Because, you know, women do that. They don't even mean what they're doing. They just mess with you to see if you're man enough to take being messed with. And I had a tweet I thought was funny. Oh, here it is. I found it. I'll show it to you. I thought this was funny because I thought it summed it up. So this guy, I am the resistance. MAGA can't handle the fact that the No Kings protest on October 18th drew over 7 million Americans. That's a lie, by the way. And nearly 3,000 cities, blah, blah, blah. They're in a collective state of denial, claiming verified images and videos are doctored or AI or from 2017. So he's like, oh, MAGA can't handle it. Dude, did you think about the No Kings thing other than to just like kind of laugh at it?
No.
So my response tweet to that, Jericho's like, this is their stance. Dad's going to be so mad when he finds out we stayed up past 9.
It's going to be pissed.
Like, that's their whole attitude of life. Is like, oh, Dad, I'm so mad at my dad. He said I had to do my homework. You know, and it's like, no kings. Well, what is a king? A king is a father. What is God? God is a father. This whole thing is anti-male bigotry. And I've realized, like, more significantly than ever, and you tell me if you agree with this, because I think I see it really clearly now. Our culture for the last 100 years, this postmodern, whatever, blah, 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 and after World War II mostly, but it's been around for over 100 years. It's a feminine culture. It's a matriarchy. Women are given primacy in culture, you know, ladies first, and you don't hit a woman, and the women get the kids in a divorce, and they get the alimony, and they get the house, and men are stupid, and the dad is a bumbling idiot that can't open a beer, and the mom rolls her eyes at him, and men are trash, and women are goddesses. You know what I mean? You have these fat, ugly women on Tinder, and they're like, I won't date a man unless he's 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 inches. Meanwhile, she looks like a fucking orc from Lord of the Rings, you know, this fat, ugly bitch. And, you know, the women have these overinflated, narcissistic, horrible egos. And you look at the divorce rates of just over 70% of divorces are filed by women. Because what? Because they're not happy.
They're not happy.
You can do better, girl. Leave him, girl. You can do better. And it's intrasexual competition between women that the women are so stupid they don't realize when their girlfriends and sisters and cousins gas them up to get divorced. They're fucking you over when they do that. Because all women's thing against each other is to get the other women to not get pregnant and have kids. That's every woman's
probably going to bang your man.
Right. Every woman's evil mission is to ruin other women's lives. And they do it by tricking them passive aggressively. I told you about the lady said, oh, yeah, you look great with gray hair to my wife because my wife had some gray. And the lady said, you should let it all go gray. Don't dye it. That's not helping.
Yeah,
That's trying to bring you down.
You look like Shad. No, it looks great. Oh my God, she looks so gross.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my wife is in the chat.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I disagree with what you said, Jericho, about Cindy Crawford
What?
being the sexiest woman to ever live.
Oh,
I disagree with that. Now that my
funny
wife
because I
is
don't
here.
remember saying that. But
Yeah,
hey, you, hey, you, Adrian.
yeah. And Tony says he's sure his sister was at a no Kangs. Oh, geez. Well, that's how it
No,
is.
no,
But yeah,
Kane.
do you agree with me that we've lived in a gynocracy for like the last century, but definitely post World War II?
Yeah, we've
Men
lived
ain't
in
shit,
a
girl boss this.
vagocracy.
And,
Yeah, how's that working out?
yeah.
Like, you don't
Can't
want to live in
imagine.
a world with no men.
We were so blessed when my kids were little. My wife was able to stay home with them, work part-time jobs or work from home through the internet, and just be with my kids, take them to school, go to school on Valentine's Day and holidays, and be one of the classroom moms with the cupcakes and this and just be with them all the time. And we prioritize the way you do, Jericho, being at football practice, being at soccer practice, having dinner together, just being with your kids all the time. And I think one of the most tragic things that has happened to women is being fooled by feminism, just being stupid and being fooled by feminism. And then you're dropping your beautiful child off, a few months old, a few weeks old, the toddlers, all of them, dropping them off at a daycare center that has, 20, 30 kids and, like the minimum number of caretakers. And then your kids there kind of ignored, kind of not learning anything, kind of picking their nose and just sad and lonely, missing mama and daddy. So you can go do Excel spreadsheets for what? And by the time the cost of daycare is done, how much money is mama really making? It's not that much. You'd be better off cutting back on your expenses and not having the job and not having to pay for the daycare and just staying home. You really would. We kind of lucked into a lot of it, my wife and I. Good circumstances, family help, a lot of God's blessing. But it was good to like not stick our kids in daycare. And I know people have to because the world and the economy, but you should do it as little as you have to. You really should. It's very bad for children's mental health. They need their parents. They need their family. It's very sad. And it's a travesty what we've done to women and children that way. That is so sad. I didn't go to daycare. I didn't go to preschool. I was around family members growing up. It's really sad to think about kids there. Teachers handing out a bunch of half sandwiches to 20, 30 kids, and they're not getting any individual attention and, I love you and stuff like that. It's sad,
Yeah, fortunately, my wife and I never had to put our kids in daycare. She worked during the day. I worked nights. So when my daughter was born, so fortunately,
yeah.
And it, your relationship does, I would say it suffers, but you're definitely not watering it and giving it the care that you should. But you got a baby. One end, I tag team. Tag her in. Hey, here's what's going on. She just had her bottle. She's down for a nap. Download the info and I'll see you later. And that's just how it was for a while. And then she was able to stop working. When my son was born, but neither one of them ever had to go to daycare. They were with one of us, either one of us at any given time. And
our son. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
My heart goes out to those people who have to do that because you damn sure don't want to. And somebody else is getting all of those moments. They're getting those milestones and that laughter and those special times together. And there was a time not too long ago when Pa could go out and earn a living and Ma could stay at home, and it was all good.
Yeah. See, Heather, her parents took the baby when she worked. Yeah, that's how it should be. That's another thing about the modern, like the postmodern capitalist thing. And I'm a capitalist. I'm no communist. But the atomization of society, where everyone's an individual and doesn't live by their family. One of the big plans, me and my son and all that we have together, it's like a family compound. We're gonna buy like land with like 5 houses, like feet away from each other. Everyone will have their privacy, their wife, their kids, all that. But if you need to go to the store and leave your babies with me, yeah, come over. I live 30 feet away in my house. Like that's like, if you can afford that, if you can figure things out like that, it's the best way to live, man.
Yeah.
So, but all this, I live in Seattle. My brother lives in Atlanta. That's terrible. And it's a reality of the modern world, of the modern, like job, the economy. It sucks. But, as people, we should work to get away from that because it is terrible. I've told you this before on the show, but it made me sad as a little kid. I was watching like a TV, and I must have been 5 or 6, and a long distance telephone commercial came on. And the girl was saying, I can call my mom in Atlanta and my brother in Seattle. I thought that's really sad. Why do they live so far away? I
Yeah,
remember
that
thinking,
shit sucks.
yeah,
My
yeah,
brother lives in Georgia.
yeah, that sucks. My brother and dad, and my two brothers and dad, they live in Colorado. You know, that's a 17-hour drive. That's a 2-hour flight. You know, that sucks. So, yeah, my mom lives up by you, so that's like 6-7 hours from here, something like that. So.
My mom just moved to Tennessee like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she dipped. Fortunately,
Yeah.
my wife's mom lives like 15 minutes away.
All right. Well, that's something.
But yeah, it sucks, man. But I wish we could go back to the days where just one, dad could go out and work and mom could stay home and be, how cool would it be to come home and your mom's there and, she got snacks and all that shit ready for you. And there's just somebody there to receive you when you come home and, ask you how your day was and tell you they love you and all that kind of shit.
Right. Think about what you think about. Who's going to be a father for a second time? He had so much fun making the first baby, he decided to do it again.
Trying to do it again.
Yeah, boy. He's like, you know what? He told his wife, you know what? We should do that again.
That felt great.
He thought that was crazy.
Let's do it again.
He said, I finally moved back to my hometown where my parents live. They love being able to see the sun. My granddaughter lives with me. It is the joy of my life. The big baby lives here. She will be 3 in just a few weeks. And she's my best friend. We're together all day. I'm an artist, so I have very expensive art equipment, and she loves to get into it. And I have these Japanese markers. I'll show them to you. They're awesome. They're right here. And they're pretty expensive. It's called a Posca paint marker. This is really good stuff for. Oh, one of them is invisible because the green screen. That's the green marker that you can't see anymore. But I promise you, there's something there. But we bought a bunch of pumpkins, a ton of them, and painted them with these. Instead of carving them, I realized, they go rotten in a few days or a week. I want my pumpkins to last for like a month. So we drew funny faces, and I draw like the main part, and then I let her hold it with me and draw it. So
yeah, well, we can't all draw that good, so we have to.
You can draw fucking 2 eyes and a smiley face.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm sure that's not what you drew. I'm sure you didn't just draw. I'm sure it's a pretty cool looking fucking smiley face.
No, it was nothing because I was doing it with her. That's all we did. And there's like 10 of them now. I bought more and more and more pumpkins. I keep drawing stuff with her. So, no, guys, it's all that matters. That's why I always talk about family. That's why I write my comics about it. It's all that matters. We did the other day.
I didn't draw that good. You were struggling to draw that bad, weren't you?
We went to a pumpkin patch and
like,
then rode around, picked out pumpkins. She rode a horse, a pony. How old were you when you found out that ponies and horses were not the same thing?
I don't know. That's pretty fucked up day, though.
That's a crazy day when you find that out because I was an adult. I think I was like in my 30s. That was the pony Hershey that she rode. But I think I was in like my mid 30s when someone told me, no, ponies don't grow into horses, dude. It's its own thing. I had no idea.
That was weak. I wish I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But you ever hear something you wish you could unhear?
Yes. When my stepdad, Larry, told me that Garfield wasn't speaking out loud and that was all his inner monologue. Ruined the cartoon for me.
Yeah.
It's like John Arbuckle can't hear all of Garfield's witty comments.
And he's hilarious.
Tell a child that. Why would you tell me that?
Garfield was the cat version of Stephen Wright. Garfield was fucking great.
I love Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright is hilarious.
Stephen Wright. I mean, is he the all-time one-liner guy? Him and Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg. They're not so much one-liners, but they're the same style. They're so clever, and they're never like dirty jokes, which I love, because dirty jokes are very funny, but they're easy, right? They are. That's like the easiest way to get a laugh, fart, boner, ha ha ha. But when you're just Brian Regan, Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg, and you're just being silly, to me, that's like next level comedy. I'm Mitch Hedberg. I'm going to butcher it, but I love the joke he had about his belt. He said, I put my belt on to hold my pants up, but my pants are holding my belt up. What the hell's going on down there? Just jokes like that. He tells it obviously way better, but like he has, like, go watch Mitch Hedberg. Rest in peace, poor guy. Passed away way too young. But
Brian Regan, his facial expressions, his physical comedy, that dude is
and clean jokes and hilarious, So Brian Regan is coming to Idaho in January. Awesome. Yeah, love a good stand-up show. Rip Mitch Hedberg and Stephen Wright. And this is the way he talks.
Yeah, is Stephen Wright dead?
I don't think so. No. I think he was just bigger in the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, but Stephen Wright, king of the dry, try new clear eyes, like that, just straight deadpan.
No, he's 65, And he's
So
still
funny.
alive.
Really, he's young.
Yeah.
He just looked old as fuck.
Well, he had that balding right up front when
But
he
he
was
looked
young.
40 like 30 years ago.
He lost the front of his hair very young. Looks like in his 20s there in that black and white picture. So, that's going to make anyone look older. But Stephen Wright one-liners are
he's
just
so funny.
Yeah. If you want to learn how to write one-liners, yeah. Let's find some Stephen Wright quotes. The other night I was lying in bed looking up at the stars and I wondered, where the hell is my roof? Come on, dude. That's so good. And that's that thing I told you I realized when I was in college, because I wrote a lot of jokes for the comic strip I wrote. There's a simple math to humor. Logic is A and B equals C. All a joke is A and B equals D. It's still true, but you were not expecting it. So you're laying in bed, you're looking up at the stars. Yeah, that all makes sense. Where's my roof? Yeah, that makes sense. Your roof would have to be gone if you were laying in bed. So the whole thing is true. That's the thing about comedy. It has to be true or else it's not funny. So let's find another one. I went to a general store, but they wouldn't let me buy anything specific. Come on, dude. Stephen Wright is so good.
That's loud.
He's so good. Yeah, I think he's brilliant. And yeah, they're just little one-liners and they're so funny. Oh, here's Heather's 100% right. And I've known this and thought this for a while. And Heather says that's why the left can't meme. Because your jokes have to be true.
Yeah, they're not funny.
No, Jericho and I do a ton of improv on this channel. The one rule in improv is yes and. So yes is affirmative and more. So whatever Jericho says when he's Hulk Hogan or whatever, rest in peace Hogan, I have to agree with it or I'll destroy the joke. So it has to be true when we start doing it. That's the only rule in improv really is yes and. Jericho says something, then I say something plus. Then he says something plus, and we just keep making it crazier. But if we just went like, oh, it's a really rainy day out here. And then Jericho goes, it's not raining. What are you talking about? Like the joke's over. Like, okay, it's done now. So yeah, you're totally right though, Heather. Here's another one, Steve. I love this. If at first you don't succeed, then skydiving probably isn't your thing.
And that's his deadpan, monotone.
Yeah.
That adds to it. But the left can't do humor because humor does not travel alone. If you allow humor in, then humor says, hey, well, I got to bring a lot of my buddies with me. I have to bring not being sensitive. I have to bring thick skin with me. I have to bring, some things are off limits. Some people are going to get made fun of. It's okay. And they can't have that because you can't protect everybody and allow them to be made fun of too. Yeah. So it's one or the other. And humor has no place on the left because it allows too many other things have to be in place that they don't like for humor to work. And so they'd rather live in this humorless, colorless, laughless, funless world where they're steady shouting at the other side how many rules there are when nobody has more rules than them. And it's like the end of Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
right?
Where you're watching you're seeing all the cartoons over in Cartoon Land, and everything's bright and funny and shiny and happy. I want to be over there. I want to be in the Cartoon Land, but they're stuck on the left in the real world where it's just drab and colorless.
Yeah. For sure. The left can't meme because it's got to be true. Can't be by committee. And as you said, humor doesn't travel alone. It brings in a lot of things. And one of the things it brings in is the truth. Oscar Wilde, one of the great witty people of history, he said, and I love this quote. This is one I've known forever. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh. Otherwise, they'll kill you. And that's a thing that Jericho does so well that I'm trying to get better at. I want to do more YouTube shorts and this and that. I'm very busy writing and drawing comic books. But I want to grow my YouTube channel like Jericho. And I get a hold of these left-wing news stories and I get mad and I'm like, blah, 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 and I make the YouTube short and I'm like, don't do that, Gabe. Do what Oscar Wilde said, what Jericho does. Tell the truth, but be funny. Can I ask you about that? Maybe you can give me the most succinct, the shortest way possible for me to understand that better. I know how to be funny, but I forget to be funny sometimes when I'm reacting to news and I make a YouTube short. I'm just like, this is so fucking dumb and blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's not funny, dude. That's like, So how do you, I know it comes natural to you, but if you had to break down your process, I know you don't, it comes natural. How do you think about it to make sure it's funny? I know it's natural, but how? What makes you always make sure it's funny when you criticize the left?
I think it's just because I am funny. And it's something that I just am. So it has to pass through that filter of funny.
But okay, let me ask it this way then. Because you see this stuff and you do just get mad, right? I mean, some of the stuff just pisses you off, right? But yet, when you talk about it on your YouTube and your Instagram, I don't see all the snarling, spitting blood anger. Even though I know you fucking hate some of the stuff you're reading, you still just make fun of it. Is mockery your weapon? Is that what it is? That's how you're beating them up, with mockery, you think?
For sure. For sure. Laughter is my Trojan horse. That's how I sneak my anger and stuff in there. And something I do is I'll say the joke in my head, and as if I'm the person hearing it. Like, what does it sound like? If I were listening to myself say it, what would it sound like? How would it come across? Would it sound funny, or would it sound like I'm just being angry? But sometimes there's a place for anger. Sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck? And it makes me upset. Like if it's something to do with a kid or something like that, some stupid shit. Sometimes, I am mad, and that's all right. But I can't help but, have what I say pass through the filter of comedy, because that's just how I communicate.
Right. Because I think if you just say something and you're angry, on a subconscious level, when the person is hearing it, even if they agree with you, anger is provocative. Anger means, what's about to happen? Is this guy going to go crazy? Is he going to be violent? And this is a subconscious abstract thought, not a literal thought of literal violence. But anger provokes people to seek safety, right? Mm-hmm. It's confrontational. And I think the way that you hide that anger, you sneak it in through the mockery, that's the sugar to help the medicine go down for people. And that's something I've got to get better at when I do my YouTube stuff, because it's been effective. I've had stuff go viral on TikTok and this and that, but I'm mad and I'm making fun of stuff, but it's not as funny. It's more angry. So I got to turn, it's 60 angry, 40 funny. I think I got to flip that, 60 funny, 40 angry. You know what I mean? So I got to find a way to be funnier and less pissed about this stuff. So.
Doing posts like that, it's like eating something that tastes really good and you find a hair in it. If it tastes good enough, you're going to say, fuck it. You're going to pull that hair out and finish eating it. So that's, the comedy is the burger and the angry part is the hair. And if the burger's good enough, you're just going to pull that hair out and finish eating
my wife, if there's hair in the food, she will not eat it. And I'll pull
even if she makes it at home, because it's probably hers.
It just grosses her out. Yeah, and my wife has hair like a horse, a ton of hair, and it's long. It's like two something feet long.
Well, maybe a different animal, but I know.
And she made me scrambled eggs once, and I bit it, and there's a hair in it, and it's one of hers. So this thing's 2 feet long, and it is woven and stirred through the eggs. So I pick it up, and they're just chunks of egg and sausage on it.
Yeah.
She's all, and I just pull my food off, throw all the hair, and just eat it. And she's like, oh.
Exactly. The joke was the egg, and the hair was, the serious part. It's like when you're drawing, it's the colors. What do you want to convey to the reader?
Right.
Are you using colors that maybe convey anger or happiness or silliness? It's all, that's kind of, how I do it too, with humor. If, like you said, 60-40, if the humor is a little turned up more than the angry part, then they'll accept it and probably not even notice it. In some subconscious way. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it comes natural. But it's just like your art, it's something you've been working on, but you don't see it as work. You don't see it as, I got to go in and draw today, or I got to go in and make shorts today. It's just what it is. It's just what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I will make a note to myself to turn the anger into humor. Just always find the angle to mock them, and they deserve it. They deserve to be mocked.
Yeah.
People say, oh, you're a Christian, you have to be nice. The people that hate Christians always try and pull the Bible out and lawyer you with it to disarm you and defeat you. They're not acting in good faith. And I will tell you, the prophet Elijah was debating prophets of Baal or Moloch or one of the evil gods of the Old Testament. And he said, I will call down fire. You guys call down fire. We'll do this. We'll see whose God is stronger, the one true God of Abraham and Isaac, or your God of Baal. And he mocks them, the prophet. He tells them, and you read the Bible yourself, and he tells them, where's your God? Is he, I think he says something like, is he in the bathroom? Is he sleeping? Where is Baal? He hasn't shown up. There's nothing wrong with kicking some butt, dude. And the left always wants to tell Christians, no, the Bible just said you have to allow every evil thing in the world because you got to love everyone, man. I'll give you a clue on that, and then we'll move on to the movie. And I want to talk about this John Candy thing really quick. The Bible tells me, a Christian, that I have to love everyone I do. I do have to treat them with love. And if you were a heroin addict, Jericho, and you had the needle and you were about to inject yourself, would it be loving to you to say, go ahead, I don't want to hurt your feelings, go ahead, shoot it up? Or would it be loving to you to smack you and take that shit and throw it in the trash and tell you, if I catch you doing the shit again, I'm going to kick your ass? That would be loving you, so you don't fucking overdose and die. But people who have rejected masculinity don't understand that's what love is. Love is a hug and a kiss and a rub on the back, but it's also tough love. Like, no, dude, you can't do heroin. You could die. And I love you too much. I'm not going to allow it. You know, if it's in my power to stop you, I will. You know, and people don't, the lefty hippies, they don't want to admit that that's love too. Like, no, I'm not going to stand here and let you destroy yourself. Hell no. You're right in front of me. What kind of bastard would I be if I did that? Changing gears really quick. Think about what you think about. Said, have you guys seen that John Candy documentary that just came out? It's called, I think it's called I Like Me. This is one of the best things I've seen in ages, Jericho. You and everyone watching, this is your homework assignment. Amazon Prime. I think Dan Aykroyd produced this. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry. John Candy seemed like such a beautiful human being. So naturally funny. Very sad, tough childhood that made him such a funny guy. I fell in love with this. I related to so much of it. And gone way too soon. Way too soon. He was like, he was 43 something, and he's, you know, he was always very heavy. Poor guy, smoked and drank, and he I guess he just had like a heart attack one night when he was filming that movie Wagons East or Wagons West, or it was some comedy western down in Mexico, down in Monterrey, Mexico, that he was filming. He died in that. And about the hair and the egg, that joke was in good taste. Do you guys eat the CAIN when the flies land on it? That's so gross. But like, if I see a fly like land on a bowl of chips or something, I'll wave it off and then like kind of pretend that I didn't see that later if I'm at a party.
Yeah, if it's delicious, hey, if you never saw it, you know.
Rem Dog, who's doing a lot of political like cartoons on Twitter, he's asking you a thing probably to help himself. What does an overworked joke look like, Jericho?
Overworked? You mean like overused?
I think overwrought. You know, like if you overcook something or you stir the mashed potatoes too much, they turn into plaster. I think that's what it means, overworked. Like you tortured that, you overwrote the joke. You thought too much.
Yeah, you just have to know when to stop yourself. You know, it's like shaving, and you're trying to keep a line on your beard or your mustache, and you keep chasing that line, and next thing you know, you fucked it all up, and you got to shave it all off anyway. You have to know, you have to trust your ability to be funny, to where maybe like Gabe said, leave it, come back to it one time, and then that's it. But if you obsess over it, keep fucking with it, it's not going to be funny anymore, because there does need to be a level of just natural to being funny. So it should just kind of flow. Yeah. And also have a kind of an internal comedy clock, you know, as to tells you when something's not funny anymore, when the window is closed, when the time has passed, because, you know, there's an expiration date on certain things. So you just have to have that clock in your head. And, you know, if you fuck with it maybe more than once or twice, just leave it. You know, it's like when you take a piss, they say if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. Right. So, you know, if you fuck with it more than once or twice, you're just messing up. Leave it. Trust yourself. If you either got the skills or you don't. And if you do, trust yourself. And let other people tell you how to be funny, but kind of listen to it and let them tell you what is funny. Because, you know, you're doing this to make people laugh or to bring humor. And if that's not happening, then maybe, you know, check the ingredients. But if people are laughing and they're enjoying it, because you got to remember, people don't see you the way you see you. You're going to critique yourself. You know, you ever tell somebody, oh, you're beautiful. No, I'm not, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, my eyeballs work. You're fucking gorgeous. But they don't think so, because people don't see you the way you see yourself. So if I show you guys this, if I show you this drawing, oh, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. This, you know, this unstoppable type. It's an unused cover. I'm not going to publish this cover. You know, the muscles, all I see are the mistakes almost. You know, I like it, but I just see, oh, I made a mistake here. I could have done this. So yeah, you're never going to see yourself the way that the others see you do. And I'll say this: Shakespeare himself said, "Brevity
is the soul of wit. And it's no coincidence that sentence itself is a very short sentence. Because you could reword that sentence, brevity is the soul of wit, as to, hey man, don't overuse too many words. Because when you use a lot of words, sometimes the meaning can get, kind of confusing, and then the audience might not really get it. And you think it's good, but it's not that good. And you could have been a lot more brief and a lot more clear if you just would use less words. So in summary, don't use too many words, use less words, because that's always better. He could have said that. And you see how you quit paying attention halfway through me saying
and allow the audience to get the joke. Don't dumb it
right.
down too much. Kind of make it a little lofty, maybe a little esoteric. They'll get it.
Because that dopamine you get, that pleasure you get of, when you get the joke, there's nothing that'll kill a joke like explaining it.
Ugh. So if you have to explain it, it ain't funny.
Rem Dog says he comes up with a better punchline after he submits. You don't know that. You don't know that because the punchline you come up with later didn't get tested in public. You think you came up with another one. What I suspect is happening is perfectionism. That what I put out there, I can fix it. You can always change it. I don't know that you're improving it. When I write my comic books or I draw them, I could draw a panel of a guy flying or punching someone. I could erase it and redraw it a little different. I could erase it and redraw it and erase. I could write a scene in one of my stories and rewrite it. And it won't be any better. It'll just be different. And it's a waste of my time. You see, so I'm not sure that you're coming up with better punchlines. I think that you're you're being too hard on yourself. That's what I think it is. Because you're just going to get better at anything you do just with time. So just keep doing it. And, if you want to be an A+ joke writer, maybe you're just a C right now. The only way to get an A is to just keep writing those C jokes. And eventually you'll start writing B jokes. But you have to write the C ones. There's no way to skip them. That's just how it is. So
yeah, and trust yourself. If you know that you're good at what you do, then you are. So just do what you do and trust that it's going to be good. I don't toot my horn about a lot of things. I don't really toot my horn ever, but I know how to be funny. I know what funny is. I know how to be funny for depending on who I'm around.
Right.
Depending on what information they give me about themselves or whatever. Like I know how to be funny around whoever, because funny is funny. Beautiful is beautiful. Puppies are cute no matter what continent you're on. So I know what funny is. And once you know that and you have, confidence in your ability, then fucking do it.
Yeah. And
leave it and it'll work.
Yep. That's it. Just repetition. Be committed. You have to keep doing it. You can't, you wrote 3 jokes this week and then you took a month off and wrote another joke and took 2 months off. Forget it, dude. That's not going to happen.
Yep. Do it. Send it.
Yeah. John Candy, I Like Me. That is everybody's homework. Please watch this. It's so good, so inspirational. Sad, but the happy kind of sad too. What a mark he left on the world. Brilliant guy. And a great story about coming from his dad wasn't the president of comedy, just so you know. He earned it. And it was pretty amazing what he ended up doing. And some tough life lessons in there, some choices he made that were not great for him, that really hurt him in the long run. Really, a lot of people pleasing and stuff like that. Very sad. That stuff comes from a good place. When people please, they're not coming from a bad place, but it's a really bad strategy. And it really hurt him. And you see people took advantage of him and this and that. It's an awesome story. It's really good. And his friends that are still alive to this day, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and Conan O'Brien and these people, they couldn't speak more lovingly about the guy. So I Like Me, outstanding. Speaking of things that are outstanding, this is not outstanding. This is...
It stands out. It stands out, but it is not outstanding.
This is bizarrely bad, this movie. Because I can't put my finger on what's wrong with it. It's just like, This is like eating at Applebee's. I'm not going to vomit, but if I'm eating at Applebee's, I'm like, why the fuck am I here? What am I doing here?
Like my dad would say, it makes a turd. You're gonna fill your stomach and you will shit. Yes, you've fed yourself.
Yeah.
But is it remarkable in any way? Are you going to tell anybody about it? Will you come back? No. It's just, it wasn't bad. But this was bad. And this was, if you're 10 years old or younger, this is the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life. There's silly little creatures. There's food being thrown. There's all this stupid
That guy with
slapstick.
the googly eyes. That guy.
Yeah. There's all. If you're 10 years old or younger, you won't understand what we're talking about because you will think you just witnessed an Oscar-worthy performance.
Right.
But if you're above the age of 10, this is fucking stupid. And this is the movie version of an early 90s cartoon. And by that, I mean the adults have their bodies are upside down triangles, thin waist, broad shoulders, very sharp shoulder pads. The hair, the one of the main characters, she has like really curly, red, bright hair. She has a New York accent. She smokes. The head guy, he looks like the head douche executive. Lots of colors.
He's supposed to be Donald Trump, right?
Oh, is he?
Think about it. What's his name?
I don't even remember.
It's something just like Donald Trump. It's something Clamp, but it's like David Clamp, and he's a developer and a rich guy,
yeah,
80 stock millionaire and all, and a New York City guy and blah blah blah. Oh, it's Daniel Clamp, Donald Trump, Daniel Clamp. Because remember, Trump was that famous back then too.
Yeah, he was in Home Alone like this same year.
Yeah, 90. That's right.
Or a couple years later or something like that. Yeah, he's. But this
was just gremlin. There's a salad gremlin.
Yeah, man.
There's a transvestite gremlin.
Yes, horrible.
So,
but before it was like, no, accept them. This is when they were still making fun of them. And the characters, I found myself tuning out and then tuning back in, and I didn't miss anything.
No.
There was nothing of substance. There were no storylines that I missed.
Do you even know the characters' names? I know the main character is Billy, because there's a part where he meets Daniel Clamp in the big office. And he's like, "What's your name?" Billy. William. He's like, "Hey,
William."
Bill. So they say his name 3 times in 4 seconds, so then it's stuck. Every other character, I don't know.
Gizmo.
Gizmo. There you go.
I don't even remember his wife's name, Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates, who's showing her boobies in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
She sure did, and that was a milestone for a lot of young men.
Yeah.
I don't remember, and it's so stupid the way it all starts. The fucking dumb little Gizmo, he tells him, "Hey, stay in my drawer at my desk at work until I get back." And what does this little fucker do? The dude hasn't even exited. Billy hasn't even exited frame yet. And the fucking stupid little gremlin crawls out of his desk. And then, we'll just start from the fucking stupid.
Okay, so this starts, I'm telling you guys, this doesn't feel like a movie. It doesn't really have a story. It's like a long scene. It feels like a boring episode of a crappy TV show.
And look at that. That was like a TV set.
Movie, I'll sum up this movie quickly for you, the entire story. There's the rich developer Donald Trump analog, Daniel Clamp. He builds skyscrapers. He wants to build the skyscraper stuff in this area. But there's this old building of like Asian antiques. That's where Gizmo, the little Mogwai, lives with the old wise Chinese man or whatever. The guy won't sell the building. The guy dies. Now I can buy the building. I can buy his plot of land, build my big skyscraper. Billy from the first movie gets the Mogwai. He rescues it. Oh no, they have it in the skyscraper. He rescues it from like a lab that's in the skyscraper.
Well,
his desk. It gets wet. The bad gremlins come out. And they kill the bad gremlins. That's it.
But the way he gets out is a fucking like wrecking ball thing crashes through the roof.
It's so dumb.
So why wouldn't they clear out the store before they wreck the building? Or was that just an accident? Did somebody accidentally put a fucking scoop through the roof of this building?
You said to crush it, right, boss?
Hey, get all the fucking stuff out of there first, you jackass.
Right.
Sorry, boss.
The movie opens in your stereotypical, I'm eating over here in New York City.
Hey.
The guy in the middle there in the suit, he used to do a bunch of commercials for Suzuki or Isuzu.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But he was like Joe Isuzu in the 80s.
Yeah, Isuzu.
It was all these, and Isuzu was like, up and coming, irreverent Japanese brand of car, and he would do their commercials. And I don't know anything about him, but he was Joe Isuzu. If you were a kid in the 80s, you recognize 80s and 90s. And he was in this movie. He's the henchman for Donald Trump, Daniel Clamp. Let us buy your building, old Chinese man. No, I'm not selling it, blah, blah, blah. And then they pull out like a TV to play a video. There's Daniel Clamp. I want to buy your building. I'm building skyscrapers, a new community, blah, blah, blah. Sell it to me. And he's like, nope. So we get introduced to Gizmo. That's his little
Oh, and he's
paw
coughing.
coming out.
The old man keeps coughing
Right.
to let you know, oh, he's sick. He's gonna
Right.
die soon.
So he dies, the old man. They buy his building, like Jericho said, they accidentally wreck part of the building, and Gizmo gets out and starts walking down.
But they didn't even clear out the building. They just bought it and tore it down.
What if the old man's body was in there dead behind his desk?
Probably. They just fucking scooped him up and threw him in the dump because it's funny.
But yeah, this movie is horrible. And
Fucking
David Leisure is Joe Isuzu. There you go. Do you think his name was really David Leisure?
I hope so.
That better be his real name.
David Leisure.
Yeah,
Joe
his
Isuzu.
name is Robert Picardo. Is that guy's name?
He was one of the first names they put up there.
Right.
No, I was like, oh, he must be somebody.
He was red hot at the time. But I don't know. But as you guys know, I've said it 3 or 4 times. I went and snuck behind my mom's back, lied about going to see the Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman Hook movie, and went and saw this movie and said with my brother, totally not allowed to see a movie like this. And got caught the next day because she found the ticket stub in my pants because she's the one that does the laundry.
Dude.
And I was 11 years old at the time. And it was not worth getting in trouble for. This is a terrible movie. It's terrible.
You should have went and saw Hook, man. Hook is weird.
Well, we're going to do Hook on this channel because I realized I lied to my mother 35 and a half years ago that I was going to see Hook, and I still haven't seen it. So that's a lie that persists to this day.
Well,
Mother, I'm going to see Hook. I haven't done it yet. So to make things right, finally atone, I need to watch Hook. It has to happen.
Yeah, to balance the scales. Their
There you
moral
go.
scales.
But you said that's a good one with Rufio and Dustin Hoffman.
It is. It's a great movie. Now that is a movie you watch as a kid and you're like, man, that'd be awesome to live somewhere with no adults and you can just fucking eat cookies for breakfast and shit. And yo, that movie's awesome. But yeah, way, way better than this fucking steaming cinematic pile.
Wait a minute. I have questions. Think about what you think about is a father and married. He's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he got caught seeing an R-rated movie. It was Ted 2. Isn't that like 5 years old, that movie? How old are you, dude?
No, that movie came out like 2010 or something.
Really?
Because I think the first one was like
it's a
2009.
2015 film. Ted 2 is
Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2015. So in
10
2015, he 10 years, he must have been a kid. Yeah, because if he's 22 now, he would have been 12 back then, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Now you're a whippersnapper.
However old you are. Yeah, in 2015, I was, 30-something years old.
I was 35.
I was
Great year.
I would have been like 37, yeah.
And my daughter was 3. She was a little thing. Now she's going on 14.
Oh, Picardo was the doctor on Star Trek Voyager? Wait, was Picardo not the Joe Isuzu guy? Is it the same guy? Maybe it's not Joe Isuzu and it just looks like him. Wait.
Isuzu.
Oh my gosh, it isn't him. I got that totally wrong. This is the Joe Isuzu guy.
Oh yeah, it's the same guy from Empty Nest.
Oh, I got that totally wrong. I thought that was that other guy. In my defense, it has been like 30-something years since this guy was doing these commercials on TV. It is a childhood memory. There's a very, very, very vague resemblance, but it definitely is not that guy.
Yeah.
Very vague. He's 26 now. So he was 16 when he was a naughty boy watching Ted 2.
You got busted for watching when it's 6.
Dude, he got a bare bottom spanking and sent to his room.
Dude. Your mom must have been strict.
Anyway, they want to buy the boat for the old Chinese man. He says no. He fucking dies. They're gonna wreck this horrible. They should have wrecked this movie instead of this building.
Yeah, they should have tore down the studio.
Gizmo should have walked off of this movie. I'm not coming back tomorrow.
He should have walked in the street and got ran over by a fucking car. That's what he should have done. Fucking movie sucks. This movie sucks dick from the back to where the butt.
From the back? That's dangerous, my friend.
That's how you get pink eye. This movie fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, this little furry piece of shit is walking down the fucking alley like da-da-da. This fucking scientist, obviously he's a scientist because he has a long coat and a bow tie on and glasses. So he grabs him like, oh, he'll be a nice little specimen. Not freaking out that there's a fucking tiny little creature in broad daylight, which is, oh, he'll be perfect for my laboratory.
And where's the scientist from? Where do we recognize him? And his twin brother, come on.
From Terminator.
T2. Right, from the T2.
He's the one who got the fucking ice pick through the eyeball when he was trying to get his coffee. Hey,
Right.
look, it's a winner. And he turned around and right through his eye socket. Yeah, I remember that fucker.
Right.
This was the year before that. And had they known he was in this movie, they should have taken the role from him and his brother.
Right.
Like, nobody who does that fucking movie is going to have anything to do with TT, you piece of shit.
All right.
So, you know, the hustle bustle of New York City. He is a struggling ad exec or whatever the fuck he does.
Well, I think he's a graphic designer because they go to his desk and he has those drawings of the concept.
Oh, yeah. Either graphic designer or ad exec. That's always,
right.
that's
what
they
always
always are
the jobs in Hollywood.
Jeez. And something I will stand by, and it's true. Every time you watch an action movie, you're going to see two things. The star is going to tell somebody, get out of here, get down, run. He's going to give somebody instructions during chaos, and he's going to have on a leather jacket at some point.
Yeah.
I fucking guarantee you.
That's true.
Every time. Leather jacket and get down, move, come here. Are you all right? Go, run. It's always some shit like that. But anyway.
Right. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. So we smash cut to Billy and the great Phoebe Cates. Thank you, Phoebe Cates, for your service.
She didn't show her tits in this movie, so
no,
fuck
she
you,
didn't.
Phoebe Cates.
She didn't. But did you know? I've told you this before, but I find it fascinating. The movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, another Christopher Columbus movie, right? And it was directed by Cameron Crowe. Cameron Crowe went to Claremont High School and was a fake student there because it was the early 80s or late 70s. Just fill out some papers and say, oh, I'm from Iowa and I'm going to go to school here. And he went to Claremont High School for like a year or like a semester. The movie director, undercover to be around high schoolers. And that's what Fast Times at Ridgemont High is. Claremont High School is where my daughter went to high school. She went to that high school. And the back baseball field looks down on the ocean, like where SeaWorld and Mission Bay is and all that.
Not
but
bad.
yeah, that's crazy thing. And there's a restaurant I've been to down the street from Claremont High School called Fast Times. Isn't that cool? Like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's like it's a little neighborhood pub and grill and all that called Fast Times. So that's your San Diego Minute.
And anyway, that's been San Diego Times.
There's on the local PBS here, there was a guy, he did these bits that I loved. And he did them for about 35 years, but he's like an old man now. He's like almost 80. But he was a newscaster, and he would do stories about San Diego. You know, and he'd go to some monument or some donut shop that had been open for 70 years, and he'd tell you all about it. But and they were like these little 3 or 4 minute pieces on the news. And I found them on like pbs.org or whatever, and you can watch the hundreds of them. And I watched them all, learned so much about my city. But I loved how every single one would end. And that's another fun fact about San Diego. And I don't know. I love my state. I love my town. I really am a homer. I really do love it here. I get very kind of misty, kind of nostalgic thinking about San Diego. It's such a beautiful place to live. So anyway, Billy's he's a concept artist, graphic designer. That is done with pens and markers and probably watercolors and colored pencils. That's how they had to do it in the old days.
Back in the day.
They didn't do it all digital the way we do it now. Now, I still like to draw on paper. The concept I'm doing for the Tyrus book, I'm doing it on paper. I'll show you. Hold on. I got some right here. I'm working on a new character. I won't tell you anything. There are new villains, new heroes, new things going on. I'm trying to design this guy's body and everything. And I wrote him into the script. I wrote a description of him, but it's one thing to write it. It's a whole other thing to draw it and really bring what was in your mind to life. But you look right here, I'll show you. I'm not going to say anything about who this character is, but this is concept art for the Unstoppable Tyrus right here. Hold on. Let's see. What do you think of that guy, huh? He's got like that Sherlock Holmes Ulster coat, where it has like the little cape. I think that looks really slick. He's got a cane. There's a beaver guy next to him up there. I'm not going to tell you what any of this is, but this is all concept art for the sequel to the Unstoppable Tyrus. So, but I do it on real paper. I prefer drawing on paper to digital. We use digital because it saves time, which I hate, because then there's no art after you're done. There's no like actually drawn piece of paper. So sorry, I put those back. Okay, so Billy's an ad exec. Gizmo is in the building though. So there's this giant building that Daniel Clamp, Donald Trump, built, and the entire movie takes place in this building. That is dumb. The woman with the red hair has sort of like a New York accent. You can tell she's like a, how do we want to say this? A loose woman. She's a good time gal.
Hua.
She's one of those.
She's a smoker too. She smokes all over the place.
She is smoking cigarettes like they're going out of style. You know,
back when you could smoke anywhere, damn it.
Right. Do you remember as a child going to Denny's or whatever with your family and they would say smoking or non-smoking when they would see you? Nowadays, people have no idea. They have no
non-smoking, my good man.
Oh, non-smoking. Yes.
And of course, the smoke didn't stop at the imaginary line. Duh.
What? You mean the smoke didn't know to stay out of the non-smoking section?
No, I just kind of wafted wherever it wanted to. But it was a good thought, huh? Hey, we tried. You want to?
So this building that Billy works in, Daniel Clamp's giant building, is like a city in itself. It has restaurants. It has a stock brokerage. It has TV channels inside of it. We have Al Lewis, you know, the old like Grandpa Munster's there. He does like some spooky movie, Saturday night show. There's like probably a hair salon, a plastic surgeon, everything you could think of. Probably a grocery store, a post office, a police station. It's a city. The building is like a city. There's just everything in it.
And that's the whole futuristic angle they're pushing through the whole movie. Right. There's video screens and motion sensitive
voice controlled elevator, right? Yeah. Voice controlled toilet and stuff.
So, Flush.
But the weirdo twin brothers worked for Christopher Lee, who played Dracula, and he played Saruman in Lord of the Rings. And Christopher Lee, he played Sherlock Holmes, right? And I think he played Van Helsing, right? No, that was the guy that was Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars. But yeah, Christopher Lee, one of the great British actors, and he plays like a scientist. The twin brothers are his lackeys, and they're doing all genetic experiments with DNA. This is comic book science. There are vials of DNA that the Gremlins end up drinking, and it turns them into whatever's written on the vial. It is like a comic book. It just works. And it works in seconds. You know, it just works in seconds or minutes. So, but anyway, they've got Gizmo there. They don't know what he is, and they're going to try and figure out. Oh, Captain Haruno is here. He just got done streaming. He's glad here to chill with the boys. Good.
Well, you came in on a fucking turd one here.
Yeah, this is Gremlins 2, which is offensive for its blandness. This movie's a big pile of nothing.
But it's fucking, like I said, you could tune out. You could fall asleep for 20 minutes and wake up, and there's nothing you missed. There's no, because it's just another silly ass scene of the Gremlins swinging from the lights or fucking squirting mayonnaise on somebody or fucking playing with the microwave. It's so fucking.
But like, okay,
so dumb.
I had this very weird esoteric thought when I was a kid. I was playing Mega Man on the Super Nintendo, on the old Nintendo, and you know, you go to the different parts of the stages as you're running sideways in a video game, and you encounter a bad guy, and then you got to shoot him or stomp on him or whatever, right? And I thought this very weird, like sad thought. I'm like, so this bad guy who's just in this spot on the level, just jumping up and down, waiting to fight me, is he just there for years, just standing here, doing nothing? This is his whole life. Does he have a wife? Does he have a home? Does he do taxes? Does he have a car? Does he take his kids to soccer? Or does he jump in this spot waiting for Super Mario? That's his entire life. That's it. He just jumps and then spits a fireball or whatever. And the characters in this movie are just like that. I am science guy. And then that's it. That there's nothing else to know about the character. Every single character in this movie is the most two-dimensional thing in the universe. Even Billy, the main character, he's like, hey, I'm Billy. Kind of do some concept art. And I'm Gizmo's handler. And that's it. I'll tell you what we are not exploring is my hopes and dreams. We are not going to look into that ever. So, let's see. Captain Haruno says, I'd rather watch an unremarkable movie than the diarrhea we get nowadays.
Well, this is one right here.
Well, Jack.
Unremarkable. Jack. Ding, ding, ding. There's confetti falling from the sky right now because you just fucking won.
I feel like this movie's like a pile of sawdust. You know, a pile of sawdust it's not offensive. It doesn't smell. It isn't sticky. It doesn't stain things. But it's inconvenient. It could get all over. It would be kind of easy to clean up sawdust. It doesn't really make problems. It's just kind of like, why is this here? Why does this movie exist? I don't know. It's just
it's so
this movie
corny.
frustrates me because I want to pinpoint things to hate it, and it's sawdust. It's just there's nothing to hate, there's nothing to love. It's just why does it exist?
This is what was I going to compare it to? Oh, man, I just had it. But this is like I don't even know. Oh, this is on like the level of Ernest. Those Ernest movies, like Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Jail. This is on par with that. Just the silliness. Like, if there were monsters in a building, they would evacuate the building and send in some kind of law enforcement group and shoot all of them. But there was not, and I understand it's a movie. Yeah. I get it. But it's just all contained in this building and nobody contacts the outside world. And this fucking building is full of demons or aliens or whatever. And this part right here. So this delivery dude goes to, hello? Anybody here? Sneaking around this upper floor that's a laboratory where they're doing all kinds of experiments on animals. And the lady's like, oh, I'll take the package. She sneezes. She's sick, right? The secretary. She sneezes all over his clipboard and fucking just hands it to him. Oh, sorry about that. Have a nice day. Like, that thing's covered in her spit. He walks out. Her boss comes in. Oh, this package just came for you, sir. She blows her nose into a handker or a tissue, and he sticks his hand out. She puts the snotty tissue in his hand, and then he sticks it in his pocket. So
Can we talk about handkerchiefs? Can we talk about a handkerchief and the logistics of a handkerchief?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. Now, when they're just in your pocket, like in a suit, they look great.
Oh yeah, the pocket's square.
A functioning handkerchief is disgusting.
To have a handkerchief in your front right jean pocket or pants pocket, to blow out a bunch of boogers into said handkerchief, wad it up and hold on to those little nuggets for later.
Hold on to those boogies.
What are we doing? Get a Kleenex and throw it away. What can you imagine? Now you have this handkerchief in your pocket filled with snot, and you're gonna have to stick your hand back in there, and you might stick your hand right into the jackpot.
Well, I'm hoping you don't.
Never understood.
But I hope you don't stick it in your pocket snot side out. Who the fuck is doing that? If you do that, you're a psychopath.
Listen, you wad it up, it goes in your pocket. It's not going to stay orderly and all that. It might, as you walk, get jostled.
What are you doing in your pocket to make your fucking handkerchief?
What I do in my pocket is my business, okay?
How do you walk to make your handkerchief, everything in your pocket just get all jumbled and fucked up?
I'm just saying, my stepdad Larry had handkerchiefs, and I don't understand. I can imagine patting a little sweat from your forehead. Maybe you're in the South and you're watching a very dramatic court.
I do declare, Mr. Beauregard.
I'm not some big city attorney, Your Honor, but I say my client is innocent.
I say
guilty.
Yeah, like what if you have to wipe that southern condensation from your forehead, from your brow, and you grab your snot rag?
Just imagine like a bloody booger with a hair in it, and you fucking
like a chunky one. Like a chunky one, like when you pick it out of your nose, like your eye waters, whichever nostril you picked it out of.
Like the fan was on all night and it dried out all your mouth and your nose and everything's all crusted up. You're gonna save this? What are you saving it for? What is it for? Why do you want that?
This guy, maybe it's some kind of like fucking probiotics or antioxidants or something. I bet there's some shit out there where like, actually, if you eat your boogers because it's like recycled protein.
Never. And you can pick your nose as a child. What do you say? 7 years old, 8 years old, and then you're done, right? You can't be doing it.
Nah, like 9. Once you get in the double digits, you got
okay. Elementary school. We'll cut it off at elementary.
Yeah, you're good. Have at it, kids.
Yeah.
Dig for that gold. But once you get in junior high, knock that shit off. Same
with streaky underwear. You got to be done with that by middle school, guys.
Well, you got to get into either bidet or wipes.
Yeah.
You got to step it up. But like we were saying earlier, you know, a handkerchief was one of those old things that one of those old traditions. Because there was a time where there wasn't tissue. You didn't have something you could just dispose of, so you had to have a rag with the remnants of your nose wrapped up tight in it. And what if it was juicy and it soaked through? But that's one of those traditions, and it's usually old people. You don't see any young people using a fucking handkerchief. Some old motherfucker.
Can you imagine like Apple or some company does some sexy new sleek MTV video commercial for handkerchiefs?
For hankies, and it's all black and like it's a Back in Black by AC/DC or some bullshit. The new Apple. You fucking track your body temperature and shit, let you know if you're pregnant or not or some bullshit.
It'll connect to the cloud, the handkerchief.
Yeah, save it. Save this on the cloud.
It'll instantly post to your Instagram and Twitter if you want. You can connect it to your socials.
You can see it. Look at my boogers.
Yeah, it's
Yummy.
the Ice Knot 17. It just
matcha. I should drink more matcha.
Just came out, dude.
I need more matcha.
Matcha. That's
by the way. To let you know you're pregnant.
Green tea powder, not great.
OMG, I'm pregnant.
You know what I had, dude? Okay, so in San Diego we have this street called Convoy, and it's like known as like our Chinatown, our ethnic Asian town, filled with Chinese, Japanese restaurants. Some of my favorite restaurants are
all the Mises.
But I had seen this shit on the internet for years, but I didn't know we had it in our backyard over here in San Diego. You ever see that thing where they pour the sweetened condensed milk on this cold surface, let it crust up, and then they roll it up with like a scraper?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Rolled up ice cream.
Yep.
I went to a place on Convoy. It was a Korean ice cream place. Bingo. Korean ice cream. Dude, the rolled ice cream, if you're a texture guy, I'm a texture guy, it's so good because it's beyond freezing. It's like well below zero, but it's rolled. So it's like a pastry. It's like flaky layers of ice cream. Oh, when I cheat and I don't eat keto, this is what I want to have.
Yummy.
And it was delicious. It was so good.
They
have this other thing called bingsu. It's like they cut a melon in half and put a bunch of soft serve and fruit on it. I got to try that, but it was huge and expensive. Weird. So I don't know what it is.
One of the greatest thing I've ever tasted by far. Nothing's ever even come close.
It's the booger in your handkerchief.
No, it's puss. It's delicious.
I thought that was a punchline.
Nope. That's it.
Okay.
Be good for my family here.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of, McDonald's does have some good ice cream.
That little sundae for like $2 can't be.
I don't know what chemical makeup that is. I know none of it's natural.
No,
but a McDonald's ice cream or vanilla shake, some good shit.
Yeah.
And you know, we could pick up from this scene, or you could skip ahead 50 scenes.
Yeah.
And it's the same fucking thing. It's so stupid. It's just the Gremlins tearing shit up, getting or playing with everyday office supplies, light sockets and shit like that. One of them gets put into a paper shredder.
Yeah.
This is fucking stupid.
I'm going to speed run this because you're right. This is intolerable, this movie. Gizmo, his building and his owner destroyed, ends up in the lab. This guy wants to save him because he knows him from the first movie. See, if you haven't seen the first movie, then you're a little lost at who these freaking people are.
Oh, no. They give you plenty of exposition. He goes over the rules with her. Remember the rules. Oh, yeah. Don't feed him past midnight. Don't let him get wet. They should have looked into
the camera when they said the rules, by the way. Jeez.
Maybe they did. Maybe they fucking did.
I thought the ice cream machine was just a meme. Nope, it's true. You know, I've had the good fortune, the McDonald's that I've lived by for years, the ice cream always works. It's never shut down.
Always. But no, it's true. You fucking pull it to a Mickey D's. That ice cream machine is going to be out of order.
Well, I saw a story online that it's the thing they're just rectifying is and this may not be correct because I saw it online, right? The manufacturer of the machine for the ice cream had an exclusive contract where only they and their technicians were allowed to fix the machines. So if the machine got broken, then McDonald's had to get one of those, the maker of the ice cream machines techs to come in and fix it. That would be very inconvenient. You think this guy's just hanging out by the McDonald's all day to come and fix it? I don't know if that story's true, but I read it online and it sounded very stupid.
Well, if it is true, McDonald's, your pockets are kind of deep. Train some more ice cream techs and get them out to your damn locations. The fuck? Are there like 10 people in the whole company who can work on these? There's like 9,000 McDonald's per square mile. How are there not enough technicians to work on these fucking machines?
Maybe since it's such a sexy job, those guys are always busy making love with ladies. You know, if you tell a lady you're an ice cream tech, it's over.
Yeah, they're always they like turn their head to the side to look at their phone. The woman, hold on, babe.
Hold on, I've almost got this one fixed.
I just got, babe, one more. I just got. All right, 5 more minutes. Then he's off. you know, with his Twinkie stinky going to the next
There you go.
McDonald's to fix an ice cream machine. Those guys are in high. They always show up with their clothes disheveled and lipstick on their neck.
And, you know, the guy comes with his shirt like, you know, unbuttoned, you know, super
Fucking
tan, super,
red lipstick prints.
yeah,
all over.
cartoon Bugs Bunny lipstick marks all over.
Hey man.
And then the hot and bothered lady that works at McDonald's, she broke the ice cream machine on purpose.
Yeah, and has her
Carlos,
shirt.
I'm so glad you're back to fix it.
She has her button unbuttoned down to like a fourth one. Look, man, we know that your job's in high demand. But could you please wipe the lipstick off your face and button your fucking?
Do you remember being like a middle schooler and having no idea how seduction or anything worked with women? And I remember, I will not say who, my cousin John. I will not say who. And we mowed yards for my cousin Tim. And you're a middle schooler and you're mowing 30 yards on a Saturday. And inevitably, some of the housewives are going to be hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I won't say who, my cousin John, telling me that such and such lady at this house is hot. So next time we go, I'm going to wear my sleeveless shirt.
Yeah, show those gun show.
And then she's going to invite me inside. And in my 14-year-old brain, this makes perfect sense. In my head, like, yeah, this is exactly how it happens, dude. You know, some lady's going to come out, Jericho, and she's drinking like a lemonade, watching you mow her yard. She has to pull an ice cube out and rub it on her collarbone while you're
getting hot just watching. Yeah, sorry guys, it doesn't work that way.
Sure, you boys don't want to come inside for some lemonade.
Something cold to drink. Yeah, or something hot to eat.
Well, yeah, like in my 14-year-old head, I'm like, John, this is the greatest idea of all time.
You're
a genius. He said, I believe my cousin said we could rip the sleeves off of our shirts.
Do it while you're mowing the yard. Just grab your sleeves and fucking rip them off. That'll get those. And not knowing that if that lady did do that, that would be a crime because you're 14.
Oh yeah. See, that was the flaw in my cousin John's plan.
Yeah, the felony. You can't overlook the felony.
Listen,
fucking gross.
He was 16. I was 14. So there you go.
That's something. That's a real. I wouldn't say it's a fear, but it's definitely a concern that I have for my son when he gets older, when he's like a teenager, like 16, 17, because right or wrong, males are viewed as sex maniacs. What's the male version of a nympho? So they think we're sex all the time, so you can do whatever you want to us, say whatever you want to us, and man, we're always thinking about sex, so it's no big deal. So I'm sure when he gets 16, 17, maybe 15 or something like that. But my son is very good looking. He's a very handsome young man. And he doesn't care. And that's catnip to a woman.
Yeah.
A good looking guy. Or you have to be good looking. That's just a bonus. But if you don't give a fuck, like you don't care what you wear, you don't give a fuck about the girls.
Oh my God, he's so cool. He doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's very aloof. He's very he'll walk out of here like a homeless child if I don't stop him and make him put on different clothes. He'll just put on whatever the fuck. He don't care. And I know that the whores, and if you're one of those whores, listen up.
Whores.
I know the whores out there are going to be, especially the cougs. The cougars are going to be on the prowl for a bare-chested young man like himself. Yeah. So I got to tell him what to look out for.
You know, it was such bullshit too. If you're a guy, you're tanned, you six-pack, biceps, all that, women will actually just rub your body.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You imagine that reversed with men just groping women? It's unacceptable.
Like a lady with nice tits, you just go up and hey,
but women are just
nice,
like,
girl.
You have nice chest, right? They're like, ooh, you have a nice chest. You have like, what the hell?
Yeah, but that's how we're viewed, and we deal with it. We deal with it. Like, and what if we dealt with it like women do? So if you went up to a woman and grabbed her tits, she would be well within her rights to turn around and slap the shit out of you, right? Because you grabbed her titties.
Slap the taste out your mouth.
So if a girl comes up to you and grabs your ass or grabs your crotch or puts her hands on your chest or your stomach, what if we reacted like that? And you just fucking, boom, slapped her ass right there. Like, fucking touch me.
She'd call you gay though if you turned her down.
Yeah, and you'd be shamed in some way.
You ever turn a woman down and see how they react? They cannot handle that because they don't get turned down much.
Well, it happens, and just because we're men, I would bet, because I know this as a fact that if you count prison, men are SA'd more than women, And I'm sure if men actually started reporting it, we'd probably get sexually harassed more, especially in the workplace, than women.
I remember a lady, I was 18 or 19. It's a young, strapping 18 and 19-year-old Gabe working at Hewlett Packard in San Diego. I was a manager on one of the assembly lines. I was the safety inspector and the electrostatic discharge supervisor.
Uh-oh, discharge. I'm listening.
And there was an older lady, like 45, 50, Latina. And she was always talking to me, and then one day she started rubbing my shoulders from behind.
Oh, hello.
And, I ran. I did not walk. I ran and talked to my supervisor, who I won't name either, and just told him, "Hey, man, this is kind of weird. I'm young, but I am married, and this is a workplace." I didn't want her to get fired, nothing like that. Just like, hey, listen, just act normal when we're at work, please.
Yeah, keep your fucking hands to yourself.
And to her credit, she said she didn't know. She was really sorry. She didn't mean anything about it, and nothing ever happened again. So there you go.
I am so sorry, papi.
Papi chulo.
I'm sorry for touching your shoulders.
All right.
Sure
look at Heather here. She's like Red Sonja. Said, had a lady do that to my ex. We're talking about all the muscle rubbing. Said, I almost broke her arm. No touch.
Yeah, imagine if you wipe them. Yeah, so-and-so was rubbing on my... What the fuck, dude? I'm up there in a heartbeat. Fucking knocking that dude out. Fucking touching.
Yeah, Captain Bruno says, glad she was... Yeah, I don't know what that was. Because I didn't go out of my way to talk to her. She was part of the management team, so I had to talk to her occasionally. But I was very busy.
But you're a young dude. And you're young males. You're constantly horny. You just walk around with a boner. So it was totally okay to fucking touch you in a sexual manner.
I guess. I guess, so... But the shoulder rub, well, and here's that, and it's even sad that even though I was the quote unquote victim, and I use that word lightly, even though I was the one that someone was done to, one of the main reasons I went to my boss is I didn't want to get accused of anything eventually. Because even though I was young, I kind of know how a woman can be, and oh, he let me do that. And now I feel like he's done something to me, like blah, blah, blah. Wait a minute here. I like my job.
Grab her tits. How do you like it? Just walk up behind her and cut both of her titties. How you like
Nah, it's not going to happen.
I'm just saying hypothetically. In another dimension. She wouldn't have liked that very much.
Another dimension, a guy that isn't me and isn't married and has a wife that watches this show sometimes.
Yeah, he watches it every week in an alternate dimension.
Anyone ever flirt with your wife and you had to lay some law down or anything like that?
No. Not that she ever told me about.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. But she worked in education, so most of her coworkers were chicks.
Oh.
So there's a pretty low probability of that. I'm sure she worked with a couple of munchers, but they never. But remember, speaking of munchers of the puss, we had these neighbors upstairs that were a lesbian couple. So of course there was the girly lesbian, and then there was the fucking.
They had a Subaru and a bunch of softball equipment in the car.
Jam packed with just bats, balls, gloves sticking out the windows. It's fucking everywhere. Dude. But one night they were being loud. It was after 10 o'clock. Everybody knows 10 o'clock, fucking pipe down, right?
Yeah.
So they were like wrestling and moving furniture upstairs. It was really loud. And their apartment layout mimicked ours, so their bedroom was above ours, or maybe their living room. I don't fucking know, but it was really loud. So we're literally laying in bed, staring up at the ceiling, like, what the fuck? So we waited a while. My wife gave me that look, like, are you gonna do something? So I did. Went upstairs and I knocked on the door, and the girly one answered it. She's like, "Oh, hey," and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? Could you guys keep it down, please? We gotta wake up early in the morning." "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, no bad." Good neighbor, right? Perfect neighborly interaction.
Yeah.
But right as I'm about to turn around, the manly one comes out, and she has they all look like Michael J. Fox, right? They all look like 12, 13-year-old boys. So she comes out, but she's like, chest, shoulders back, chest out, like.
It's gonna show you what it is, huh?
Yeah, like who you talking to, fool? Like just puffed up, coming out of the back bedroom, just all jacked. Like, what you looking at? And I'm like, bitch, I'm not some stranger. I'm your neighbor. Obviously, I'm here on business. I'm not here trying to holler at your chick while mine is downstairs. Like, get real.
Yo, my wife's asleep. Let me cheat on her upstairs 8 feet away. It's a great idea.
Because I'm an idiot. So she says, "Oh, what's up?" I was like, "What?" I smiled, and I was like, Nothing. Just hey, asking you guys to keep it down. Yeah, like just kind of mad dogging. I was like, all right, chick. So I went back downstairs. It's like, bitch, go fucking sit down. Go take your dildo out of the dishwasher and use it. Get out of my face. It was so funny. It was kind of cute. It really was.
Oh, she thought she was going to scare you. Heather says, I had a guy buy me drinks all night at the bar and my husband didn't even know. For shame, Heather. Why would you do that?
Heather, you can't do that.
What the hell are you doing? You're trying to get him in a fight?
Yeah, and you know that guy's not buying you those drinks without a hoping for a payoff. Not that,
what?
Not saying
he was just generous, Jericho.
No, not saying that you would ever do that, but you know what that guy is hoping for. Yeah, man, it was kind of funny. She looked very manly, boyish, I should say. But I was like, you know, what would she have done if I was like, what, motherfucker, let's go? And I just move her chick out of the way. Like, what you want to do? Like, what would she do? Nothing. She would take a savage beating in her living room, and that would be it. Like,
the end of that.
Throw you over the fucking railing right now. Go get on my face. I'll grab you by your tits and throw you over the balcony. Titty toss.
Was this a Jason Statham movie? Or throw you by your tits, girl?
Next time I'll deflate all your balls. Yeah, man.
Heather says, as she made a man buy her drinks all night, her husband was right next to her.
What? Was he like
Is
hammered,
some little
passed out?
thrill for you, Heather? What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. It's like a little jealousy game.
See, there's a thing that women do that's like, let's you and him fight. Sometimes women think that's a little exciting to watch the two bucks ram horns over them. It's a little ego boost for them.
Yeah, it's probably just some like weird shit they're into. You know, hey, who are you talking to? You know, grabs a little bit, kind of tight around the arms, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, it's over.
Right. Maybe women do stuff like that because they want to see you reclaim your territory.
Well, that's pretty ballsy. There's no reclaiming my territory. My territory is on your ring finger on your left hand. That's my reclaiming my territory. You know. I know what you mean. I'm talking about from their standpoint. Like, you better come up with another way because I'm not going to get in a brawl with some dude just so you can fucking get all moist downstairs.
You're not going to fight with Cletus at the dive bar out in the sticks
somewhere. You end up in jail. I end up in the booty house because you want to get turned on.
What if he gets stabbed by this weirdo? He has that same knife from Roadhouse, the boot knife that pops out.
Yeah, the boot knife. What if I get a boot knife in my fucking rib cage? But I'll handle it like Patrick Swayze did.
Heather says he doesn't notice he's on his phone.
Wait a minute.
A passive-aggressive attempt to get your husband's attention.
Heather, you and your husband went to a bar, and he's sitting there so wrapped up in his phone that he doesn't notice you repeatedly getting drinks from a dude. Like, he doesn't even notice this dude talking to you. Like,
maybe your husband has like an 8-team college football parlay, and he only needs 2 more wins, and he's going to be.
But how deep is he into that phone, though?
Oh, maybe he was drunk. Maybe
you don't notice something to where he didn't notice. Either he didn't notice or he doesn't care. But if he cared, if he didn't care, then why would he go to a bar with you?
I don't know.
Not
good. Whatever it is, it ain't good. Just like this terrible fucking movie. He puts Gizmo. He saves him from the lab of cartoon DNA.
Stupid. Take that fucking thing home. Why would you leave it at work?
I don't know. He shoves it in his desk, smashes its fingers. Comedy. Then the boss, Donald Clamp, comes up. Who are you? And I say, I'm William. I'm Billy. I'm Bill. And he's like, you're a great graphic designer. You've captured my idea for my new project. Blah 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 blah, and all this stupid stuff. The lady with the red hair has kind of got that New York accent, and she's an ad exec person too, or whatever. And she's got the hots for Billy, and Billy is married to what's her name, Phoebe Cates. So that's a weird thing in the plot here, too. There are 2 disturbing things in this. The Abraham Lincoln joke and the dinner with the redhead. Anyway, Gizmo gets out.
That guy doesn't see that. That guy doesn't fucking see a little alien thing standing right there. Jesus. And that's what's his name?
If they get wet, they instantly multiply.
Yeah.
The cute little Mogwai is this teddy bear creature. But if they eat after midnight, they turn into gremlins, which are ugly, 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 scary looking, but they're more mischievous than violent and murder. They just like to cause trouble. They don't really like to kill anyone.
Yeah, they're not hurting nothing. They're
Just
just
like
yeah,
let
they're
the air out of your
machinists.
tires and then laugh at you or something.
They're if your son had a birthday party sleepover and the kids were hopped up off of ice cream, like the first 2 or 3 hours, they eventually end up crashing and falling asleep all over the living room. But this is your 8-year-old son and 8 of his friends spending the night at your house for his birthday with candy, cake, and ice cream coursing through their young veins.
Right.
That's what a fucking gremlin is. But this guy, he's why can't I remember the name? The guy,
is he Hooper from One Day at a Time? Is that who he is?
I'm pretty sure.
No, Snyder was there. It's not Snyder, is it?
He's also the dad from the Addams Family.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I think of his fucking name? Not the actor, but the character. Why can't I think of the dad name? The mom was Morticia.
He was Gomez.
Gomez. That's right. Gomez.
Right.
And every time she started speaking Spanish, he'd fucking start kissing up her arm. He couldn't fucking drive her wild when she spoke. Yeah, start kissing up her arm.
John Astin. Gomez. Yeah. That's the second character. That's the second actor I've gotten wrong. I got Joey Suzu wrong, and I got this guy wrong.
What a great show that was, Addams Family.
Anyway, Gomez Adams is trying to fix this water fountain, and he gets Gizmo wet. A bunch of these fur balls pop out of his back.
Squirts. Every time he tries to fix it, it squirts even closer to Gizmo's stupid ass.
Oh, that's Sean Astin's dad. Is Sean Astin Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings? Rudy from the Notre Dame Rudy football. That's who Sean Astin is, right?
I don't know. You got 2 wrong so far, so I can't.
Hey, third time's a charm. I think Sean Astin is that. I'm going to look it up. I might have gotten it right. Let's see. I got it right. This is Sam from Lord of the Rings, and he was Rudy from the Notre Dame football movie. You got it right. So his father.
That's the dad from Addams Family's son?
Yeah, because he was John Astin. This is Sean Astin. Sean and John.
He don't look like him.
So there you go. Yeah, he strangely looks like the milkman from Beverly Hills.
He looks like his mama. He don't look like his dad. Yeah, these are the 2. So Gizmo gets squirted on his back with water, and he's fucking all these little fur balls start jumping off of him, and they turn into these little fuckers.
And the one with the goes.
Yeah, he's like it's this same textbook group. It's the leader who's mean. Get out of here. And there's okay, boss. And then there's just another one who's mean, but not as mean as the boss. Right. So there's those 3 goofballs. And so they rip off.
Just mean to Gizmo. They throw him in the air duct. They tie him to a toy train track and run him over with the toy train.
But Gizmo has no what's the word I'm looking for? He has no agency. Like he just he's thrown here, throw him in there, tie him to this, just making his little fucking cute little sounds. Like Gizmo is a fucking idiot. Like they throw him in there and he just turns around, blinks his eyes, don't say shit. She comes in. Gizmo
she has to pick up Gizmo from his desk because he went on a date with the redhead, the husband of Billy.
But he told her it's a meeting.
Yeah.
He said it's a meeting. But, and that part also is fucking stupid because he says, it's a meeting, I gotta go. Okay, and he leaves. He goes, no, wait. So then she runs out, chases him. She's like 20 feet behind him, doesn't say anything. He's 20 feet away. She says nothing. Runs to the corner. He walks ahead. She's about to say something, but then sees him walk arm in arm with the redhead.
Your wife, Jericho, imagine you're walking arm in arm with a woman that's not unattractive, maybe pretty to some, and your wife is behind you 30 yards and sees you arm in arm.
Not even 30 yards.
Headed to dinner with another woman who is
after you told her, I'm going to a meeting.
Well, what would your wife do? Because I'm trying to envision my wife running, not walking, running behind us. And then Chuck Cecil of the 1994 Arizona Cardinals, who got repeatedly suspended for spearing. He was a safety on the Cardinals. I imagine my wife spearing this woman right in the small of her back, possibly paralyzing her, definitely injuring.
If she's lucky, she'll get paralyzed. Right.
Just leading, just full on leading with the crown of the head right there, just.
No, my wife would do what Phoebe Cates did. She would stand there quietly with a sad look in her eyes and not say anything.
Your wife would just tear up and let you go off with the hussy?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a meeting. Yeah, she'd stand there and fucking cry. No, my wife would run it behind her and pull. Like, you remember Indians used to scout people?
Right.
Like she would pull her hair and then the upper layer of epidermis off of her skull.
Ooh.
And my wife, I swear to you, when she gets fucking mad, when she is honestly pissed off, her eyes get fucking
Do they twitch?
crazy.
Oh, they get crazy.
Eyes get
the
fucking
senpaku where you can see the white on the top.
Her eyes get fucking crazy. So yeah, there'd be all kinds of issues. There'd be a laundry list of issues to deal with if my wife saw that. But I guarantee you this, and I don't make a lot of guarantees. I'm not the guy from Men's Warehouse. I can't guarantee it, but I'll guarantee you this: my wife would not stand there in silence and watch me walk away. I know that for sure.
All right. Not arm in arm with this other lady, huh?
No, I mean, I might do that, but she ain't going to stand there in silence and get little tears in the corners of her eyes and say nothing. I guarantee that.
So anyway, the bad gremlins have beat up Gizmo and shoved him in the wall. The wife let her husband go on a date with a redheaded hussy, and she's supposed to pick up Gizmo for her husband. So now she's doing her husband a favor while he's out with the other woman. But she picks up Chucklefuck instead of Gizmo. One of the evil Gizmos, gremlins. Wait, is it a gremlin only when it turns into the goblin monster? And then these things are mogwais, right?
Yeah, those are mogwais, and the bad ones are gremlins.
Okay, so the teddy bear is a mogwai, and the
lizard,
the lizard reptilian is a gremlin. This is, I know, ladies, when men talk like this, it gets you a little hot and bothered. I'll try and tone down the sci-fi specifics.
Sit on a towel.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this. If you saw one of these things for the first time ever, some foreign life form, you're not going to forget and get it confused with another one 4 years later or 6 years later, whatever this shit was. She knows damn good and fucking well that's not Gizmo. Gizmo was like, this one's like laughing constantly and just doing shit. You know that's not Gizmo, you dumbass. But she's like, you look kind of different. Oh, well, I'll take you. Meanwhile, the real Gizmo is a foot away, maybe 1 foot, 12 inches away, behind that grate that they shoved him in. But he's not saying anything. He's just looking, not saying, hey, over here. Nothing, not banging on it to say, I'm the real Gizmo. Nope, just stands there totally in silence and watches her grab the wrong fucking mogwai.
So Billy goes out to dinner with the redheaded hussy, and there's Jolt Cola on the table there. Jolt was a brand of cola that had and they advertised this way, quadruple the sugar, quadruple the caffeine. It was back
when you could eat and drink whatever the fuck you wanted.
But it was before Extreme was a thing. I think this was the harbinger. This was the herald of Extreme. You know, Galactus and the Silver Surfer, the Fantastic Four. Galactus comes to eat planets. He's a giant planet-eating demigod or something. And there's this silver alien, Norrin Rad, the Silver Surfer, and he will come to your planet first, days, weeks, months before, and tell you Galactus has chosen your planet to be eaten. He's the herald of Galactus. Jolt Cola was the herald of Extreme. Before the X Games, before Mountain Dew Code Red, Jolt Cola. It arrived on Earth to tell us that extreme 90s were coming. Guys, if you weren't there in the 90s, you don't know how extreme everything was. There were fucking extreme corn nuts. You understand?
Everything was extreme. And it was usually Cool Ranch. What's Cool Ranch? Because it didn't give you a cool sensation when you ate it. It's not like it was a menthol chip. It didn't give you a cool sensation. So what's Cool Ranch? But it existed and it was fucking delicious. And you could look at it and see the little red and green fucking specks all over it. It was wonderful. But the 90s were amazing. So many failed things that were delicious and awesome when we had them. Like Crystal Pepsi and, things of that nature. They were great while we had them. Zima, shit like that. But they're gone. But the 90s were
extreme.
They were something, especially the early 90s, kind of getting off the ground, getting that 80s
how
residue.
Far this went. You can look this up yourself. Today I learned that in the 90s, Corn Nuts used the slogan, bust a nut, in a radio campaign. It was pulled.
You ever heard that commercial?
There was a radio commercial, Corn Nuts, bust a nut.
Yes, I used to listen to it all the time, and it was fucking hilarious. And it has a disclaimer, and it says, this song is about corn nuts and nothing else. dun, 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 dun. It has this really corny, cheesy, like really fun, silly song. And bust a nut, grab a bag of corn nuts and bust a nut. They're lightly toasted and hard as hell. Enjoy yourself. We won't tell. And then it goes into a chorus like something you can do it at home, just don't get caught. And then the lady backup singers go, don't get caught.
I found it. Hold
it's
on.
Fucking hilarious.
I found it. Here we go.
And in the 90s, the late 90s, when it came on, I was blown away that they were saying bust a nut on the radio.
Here we go. This is a real thing that played on the radio.
Package out.
Hold on. Listen to the lyrics of this horrible thing.
Yep.
Okay, hit play. Hit play, damn it.
Corn nuts.
No, rewind.
This is a song about corn nuts, an intensely crunchy snack. It's not about anything else.
Get your package out and try to stay calm. Use a few fingers, put it in your palm. Yes, it's gonna be so great when you finally masticate. Bust a nut, bust a nut. Grab a bag of corn nuts and bust a nut. You're lightly toasted and hard as hell. Enjoy yourself, we won't tell. Masticate, masticate is what you have to do.
Yeah, masticate.
Masticate is just a fancy word
Masticate.
for chew. Bust a nut, bust a nut. Grab a bag of corn nuts and bust a nut. You're lightly toasted and hard as hell. Enjoy yourself, we won't tell.
We won't tell.
Corn nuts, an intensely crunchy corn snack, comes in 7 nut-busting flavors.
Nut busting flavors. Masticate. Go in your room and masticate with the door closed. Your mom ever catch you masticating when you were a teenager? Yeah.
Jericho.
That's what they're saying.
Like,
are you in there masticating? What, Mom? Yeah, dude. The 90s were fucking beautiful. And
she's
then
telling you, Dad, I went to his room and there was a bag of Cool Ranch on the floor. She comes to you. No, she comes to you in the kitchen before school and she finds a bunch of empty corn nut bags. What are these? I found these under your bed. You told me you were going to stop this.
What, Mom? It's natural to masticate. I swear. Dude, the 90s also had, I will stand behind this, I will die on this hill. The 90s also had probably the greatest commercial series, I guess you would call it, multiple commercials for this product ever. And it was 4 words: real men of genius.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Those commercials were fucking classic. Oh man, they were all so funny, and they were not only on the radio but commercials on TV.
Yeah,
and it's like the guy with the mullet. Today we salute you, Mister. Whoever. So funny. Love you, man.
Heather and other people said, now we bust a tooth. Where do you come down on corn nuts? Because I think it's a good idea. They are too hard, though. If they were a little less crunchy.
They're hard as hell, like the commercials.
It wasn't so hard to bust a nut.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little easier to bust the nut when you were having them.
When you were younger, it was easier to bust a nut. Now busting a nut might be a little bit harder, but no pun intended. But when you were younger, yeah, it was easy to be busting nuts all over the place.
What was your go-to? I didn't eat too many corn nuts. I think I would like a spicy one, whatever would be the hot one.
Oh, there was like a
Cool Ranch guy. Cool Ranch is I don't really like it.
There was like a chili cheese.
Oh,
it was like in a red bag or something, dude. Those corn nuts were fucking delish.
You'd be busting nuts all day.
Busting nuts, busting chili cheese nuts everywhere. Speaking of busting nuts, there was a scene in this movie where it looked like one of the Gremlins came on his dad's. It wasn't his dad, his uncle, whoever that was.
Yeah.
It squirted like white shit on his face, and it looked like the Gremlin jerked off on his face. It was like dripping down his chin. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, this is such an awful.
Come on, dog.
Captain Rose says barbecue. Okay, let's go chips. I don't like chips. Doritos, Lay's, all that. I think they're fine. They're really good with a great deli sandwich. But you're not going to find me snacking on a bag of chips. Not a chip guy, but I love Garden Salsa Sun chips. I think those are like the best. But other chips, I'm like, whatever. When I was a little kid, I liked chili cheese Fritos a lot. Do you like chips? And if so, what is your favorite chip?
I mean, in my youth, we're talking Funyuns, maybe some sour cream cheddar, Ruffles chips. Those were legit. Then I
The
got into
cheddar ruffles are good. I slept on those.
Yeah. And then I got into wheat thins for a little bit.
Ooh.
But if we're going now an older, more sophisticated, refined Jericho, if you will, we're going to go with Boulder Canyon, or I'll do Miss Vicky's, but you know, the upper echelon of chip.
Right.
Jalapeno. Little spice. I'm enjoying spices more as I get older. So yeah, those chips are perfection in a bag.
All right. Sweet potato chips. I don't know if I've ever had that. I got some at like a Sprouts or a whatever, and it had like taro and sweet potato and like 5 kinds of potato. It was whatever.
No, I'm not that old yet.
Yeah.
To eat sweet potato.
How come everyone
chips
besides me, because you worked at Trader Joe's, Sprouts, it's the same crowd. Trump derangement liberals, except for me, because I do go to Sprouts. Why does everyone at Sprouts look like they watch MSNBC and have the worst gas in the world? They look so uncomfortable, that look on there. Is it for all the tofu is upsetting their stomach, or what's going on?
I don't know.
Everyone in Sprouts looks like just they're at the No Kings rally right after they leave Sprouts.
Oh yeah, there's a girl who has she has rainbow dyed hair.
Right.
I'm like, look, your First Amendment right and your right to express yourself is dulled, if you will, at work. So you can't come up in here with fucking rainbow clown hair. Like, get your shit together. Take a vacation, dye your hair on your vacation, and then dye it back normal before you come back to work. But you can't come here with fucking rainbow. This is a place of business. We can't do business. No one's going to take you seriously with rainbow hair or a dude with his nails fucking painted. What the fuck is going on here? And I'll wear the sexist crown for the week. I don't think women and men should work together. There, I said it. You're creating too many fucking weird situations.
What?
And no, they don't. They're not on the same level physically. They're not. You shouldn't be around. We shouldn't be around each other.
I like when women, and it's ignorant women. Sorry. They try and trot out. Men and women can be friends. No, you can't.
No, you can't. That's bullshit.
No, you can't. You cannot be friends.
Like my dad would say, that needs to be loaded in the back of a bull and shit in a river. Right. Because that's bullshit. That's not possible. Just like Chris Rock said, you don't have platonic female friends. You just have chicks you haven't fucked yet.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Women think that they're friends with you because they think they're happy to listen. They're happy to use you for everything but sex, and it's a very abusive. And women do that constantly. The friend zone is what it's called. And women, bad women, not all women, bad women see no problem with that. But if you got some guy, no, he does want to have sex unless he's your relative.
Yeah.
And
guaranteed.
Pretty much.
No, he like gives me rides all the time. He spent the night at my house on the couch. He was a total gentleman. I even changed my shirt in front of him. There's this chick I knew, and she was like, "Nah, my friend, I've known him for 10 years. He's, we've been through this and that. He's a friend, just a friend, never nothing. Ew, I wouldn't even know way, never. He never nothing."
Tell her, call him right now and tell him if you
That's
ask
what I told her.
Oh, you did?
I told her. I said, you tell that dude right now, hey, why don't you come through or whatever. That dude, before you hang up the phone, before you press that button that ends the call, it'll be boom, boom. Instead of
like
him,
a road runner.
Yeah, he'll be right there, fucking ready. No, he wouldn't. How are you going to tell me? You're telling me. That's like me telling a heart surgeon, no, that's not what the heart looks like. Let me tell you the muscles. I don't know shit about that. And you don't know shit about this. I'm telling you that if you gave him the slightest, if you gave him just like you ever be in your room as a kid and it's dark and there's a light on outside your room and you crack that door and that ray of light comes in, if you give him that ray of light, he will be on you like fucking stink on shit. I promise. No, he's like, get the fuck out of here.
I do not believe for a second that women don't know this. I think the ones that say you can be friends are fucking liars, and they're happy to exploit the guy.
They don't want to
because they know the guy's a beta pussy, and he's never going to go for it. And they can get away with free dinners, free rides, free shoulder to cry when the guy that they're fucking breaks their heart, blah blah blah, and they can use this guy, and it's so abusive.
Yeah.
And I would tell the guy, it's half your fault, bro. Why are you putting up with this?
It's all his fault. What are you doing? They're no friends.
But I refuse to believe women don't know this. I know they know it. I know they know what
You
they're
have
doing.
to. And one thing she said was, he would throw away all 10 years of our friendship. I was like, he would ball that shit up like a piece of paper where he changed his mind on what he was writing and throw that in the
Like a
fucking waste bin of
booger-filled
life.
handkerchief. He'd
Are
ball
you
that thing
fucking
up.
kidding me? He would throw that 10 years away in a heartbeat. Are you?
Well, see, and look at the premise there. Look at her subconscious premise. Why does that throw everything away? See, that proves she's using him. That somehow that ruins everything.
Mhm.
You're friends. You like being around each other, man. People like getting together and having sex. What's the problem?
Yeah, and she's like, so it would mean nothing to him all those years. I was like, you're looking at it differently. You're looking at this relationship totally different. Maybe you're putting something differently into the relationship than him. Maybe you're putting it, you're pouring into this relationship as a friendship, but he's pouring into it as one of these days I'm gonna hit that shit.
Here's how you diffuse this. Any woman ever wants to argue with you that men and women can be friends. Hopefully the woman, idiot, making the argument has a boyfriend or husband. Then we'll just tell her, your boyfriend, your husband, he has a woman friend. They're going to go out. They're going to go to dinners. He could spend the night if it gets too late and he's tired. They're going to go on a trip together. They're just friends.
Shit.
Men and women can be friends, right?
No, the fuck we can't.
Then all of a sudden, they would get it all of a sudden.
Yeah, my wife and I were friends.
Yeah.
And 2 kids later, we're not friends anymore. We've taken it to the next level. That's bullshit. If you are out there and you have a spouse and they have a friend of the opposite sex,
the whole thing with the work wife or the work husband. Oh,
fuck out of here. And you know what I hate? When you tell somebody about that and they say, well, he's insecure.
Right.
Bitch, it has nothing to do with insecurity. It's about respect.
Right.
There's
no.
no.
No, I have
fucking
boundaries.
way.
I have boundaries. It's not insecurity.
Yeah, right. We're gonna go out to eat. Who? Who the fuck? What are you gonna do with this friend? What are you gonna do?
You come home and tell Mrs. Green, hey, me and Lola, we're going to the bar tonight. So I don't know when I'm gonna be home. Maybe, I mean, the bar closes at 1:30's last call, so I'll probably be here by 2.
Hey,
how's that going with your wife? How's that going with your wife?
You don't know when you'll be home.
We might be here by 2. We might hit up IHOP for some pancakes.
No. You don't know when you'll be home, but I know when you'll be home because you ain't fucking leaving. You're home right now. Are you man? If my wife even fixed her mouth to say that to me in a serious way, like
that her and Daryl from The Office were going to go out tonight and get some drinks because they're friends. Yeah, Jericho, you went with your friend Gabe last night to the bar. I'm just going with Daryl to the bar tonight. What's the
same thing, right?
Exact same thing, by the way.
Yeah, except our genitals don't fit together perfectly. Fuck that. There's no fucking way. I remember my wife told me one time she had this gay friend. She was like, this is before we started dating. She's like, oh yeah, I change in front of him all the time. I was like
that dude's getting away with murder.
I would never fucking allow that. Well, he's gay. He doesn't like I don't give a fuck what he says. Vagina is so powerful that it could fucking, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Man,
look at the amount of dudes that have ruined their life over some woman.
We've probably had wars where thousands or millions of people died.
They said Helen of Troy, that it's the face that launched 1,000 ships. Helen of Troy, right?
Come on. But this vagina we're talking about here. This shit is magical.
None of the Meisters worked this out. He's taking your wife's buddy, Daryl, and then your friend, Lola, and they should go out.
Yeah, they should go out and fuck off.
Right.
You kidding me? There's no way in the world I would ever fucking, and I wouldn't do that to her. Not only would I not allow that, I would never fucking do that. Bitch, you better get out of here. One of you is enough. I don't want 2. Fuck away from me.
I like what Adam Cole said about cheating on his wife. That I can never cheat. Then you got to have 2 phones.
If I can somehow get on the 1 phone, all right, but 2, it's too much.
You got to have an extra hidden email address. You got to start doing all this
juggling that.
You got to start lying about, going to see your buddy or going to the store or something.
No.
Living this double life.
Oh, the stress.
What about the dudes? I am fascinated by. Now, it's terrible. I don't approve, but I am fascinated about when you hear occasionally on the news, a man has an entire second family 1 state over It's like a traveling businessman in Des Moines, Iowa. And he's got 3 kids and a wife in Des Moines. And he's got another wife and 4 kids in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep.
And they don't know. He just goes back and they don't know for like 30 years. It's like, oh, we found out Grandpa had another wife and a whole other side of his family.
Yeah. My mom's uncle had that but it was across town.
Across town.
Well, the city. It was Baltimore. It was across the city. But yeah, he had my mom's aunt and all that shit. Her cousins over here.
Yeah.
And on the other side of town, he had another wife, like 3 kids over there.
And how many years did this go on before he got caught?
Oh, I don't know that it was ever a big secret.
Oh, he just did it. It was just flagrant.
But that's a testament. Look at that economy. Forget about the adultery. Look at that economy where one man could work a job and support 2 families,
right?
2 houses, 2 wives, 2 rings, 2 cars, more, probably 1 for each wife and then his car. So 3 cars, 5 to 6 kids, clothing, food, travel, all that shit. One man could work a job and
he was a real life Jack Tripper.
That's where I want to go. I want to go back to where I could work in a factory somewhere for 30 years and have 2 families. Not that I would have 2, but have the money to comfortably take care of 2 families. No problem.
Balling out. You know, like you laugh when you're little, when your mom or your aunt or your grandma gets excited and calls you your brother or your cousin's name by accident, you know?
Yeah.
And then as a parent, you catch yourself doing it eventually. Eventually.
My mom would do that.
Now, if you had 2 families, what if you called your son your secret son's name? And then your wife's like, you know, who's Jamal? Like, you know, it's a guy I saw on TV was Jamal. He's a ball player. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Or hey, I told you to pick those socks up yesterday. No, you didn't, Dad. They weren't. Oh,
pork chops again. We just had them last night. She's like, no, we didn't. Like,
we got meatloaf.
You're right. You're right.
Oh. Hey, when's the neighbor's birthday party that we're going to? Whose birthday party?
See, it's a web of lies, dude. You get caught,
dude.
Why would you want to have 2 wives and 2 families? I don't even understand it,
dude. Just that one thread. It takes that one thread to come loose, and then that one thing that you said, you just raised suspicion one time with one thing you said, or the routine you changed, or something, and then
you know how he gets caught. You know how he gets caught? He's got a ticket stub for Gremlins 2 in his pants.
His fucking jeans.
And he went with the other wife, and then he washes it with the other wife's house. And she
Oopsie doodle.
She said, I thought we were going to see Gremlins tomorrow. When did you go see it by yourself on Tuesday? You said you were fishing with Brian on Tuesday. This ticket is for Tuesday. Cooked. Just like I got cooked watching Gremlins 2 behind my mom's back.
Or you're walking into the grocery store with your family, and then you look up, and your other family's 2 aisles down. You hear her voice.
Oh
shit!
Oh
shit!
The funny thing about women and how they lose it and they go crazy with jealousy, there is something in all of us men that occasionally, like sticking your finger in the fire of a candle and pulling it out, we like to make women jealous on purpose. You know you do this, Jericho, as do I.
But low-level jealousy.
Just kidding around.
With comments. We make our wives jealous with comments. Yeah. Women like Heather get drinks from dudes 6 inches away from their husband.
Heather
women live a little more dangerously.
She says when you find payments to Brie, I don't know who Brie is. I hope she's talking about the French cheese Brie.
Yeah.
When you find payments to Brie on PayPal, delete your emails.
I hope you're talking about a double cream Brie.
Yeah, that is not great. That is not great.
Heather, I feel like there's a lot.
I feel like this is none of our business, Heather.
I feel like there's so much more to this story, and we're just getting like footnotes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's pretty crazy.
But that's how the guy with the 2 wives gets caught. A ticket for Gremlins 2, just like.
But what if it's not about getting caught? What if they know about each other, but you take care of both of them? You're a good husband. You're a great father. They want for nothing. What if they're cool with it?
What if you are a husband to 2 wives and you're a better husband than any husband they could hope for? You're loving, you provide,
and
you're
a great
kind,
father
smart,
too. The
you're
kids
wise,
love you. You spend time with them. Yeah, you're out there cutting the grass every Saturday, and you guys laugh and have a good time, and you're a great man. Whew. That's something to wrestle with there.
What if your one wife made really good like burgers or meatloaf or whatever your thing was, and the other wife just butchered it? And you have to sit there and pretend you like it, and then you're just thinking of the other wife's like way better. You
can't wait to get home to your other house and have the good cooking. But the wife with the good cooking, her sex is terrible. But the one with the bad cooking, she's sucking it from the back. Yeah,
freaky deaky.
She got the toes curling up.
Yeah.
So you're like, ooh, I gotta eat and I gotta fuck. Yeah. So
Weapon X5181. Let's be honest, Jericho. Back in the day, we were lucky if our parents even remembered us, let alone forget the where are your kids ads. So I can see how easy it is to have more than one family. I've just been fascinated by that when I've seen it in the news. Like, how and why?
Yeah, and if you were hiding it, how did you get away with it for that?
I would love to interview one of these guys. He's in his 80s now, and he's got 19 kids and 400 grandchildren. Why? Why'd you do it?
Why not?
So,
and it probably would be some super simple answer. One of them made great food, and the other one, blah, blah, so
Heather says two husbands. That's a lot of folding laundry. I'll tell you right now.
That's a lot of cooking.
Folding laundry. That's a day if you have two.
That's a lot of pregnant.
Right.
That's a lot of barefoot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's for women to stick with one.
No, that would be different. Having two husbands, ew, gross.
Yeah.
Because then that thing's getting worked over twice as many times. Ew. Gross.
Speed back.
What if one dude has a fucking hammer and the other guy just has this little fucking
in the pocket?
So that poor guy is throwing his hot dog down a fucking hallway because old man Dingo across town fucking blowing your back out. That's fucked up.
I don't know. Relationships are crazy and complicated.
No, I can't work with two husbands.
One young and be just steady that way for 29 years in about 3 weeks.
Congrats.
29 years in I think just about 3 weeks. Let me look at the calendar. We're going to speed run this movie in a second here because it sucks. One week, 2 weeks. Yeah, in 3 weeks, 3 weeks and 2 days. 29, if that's how you say 29.
Años.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, speaking of having a secret lover, there was a song like I got two lovers and I love them both the same. I remember hearing that when I was younger.
That's an old 50s or 60s song.
Terrible song. So the big boss, Daniel Clamp, Donald Trump, he liked Billy and his designs, and I should promote you, boy. So this redhead, she's a real go-getter businesswoman. So yes, she wants to
she's a real go-getter.
But she wants to have dinner with him of how they can move up in the company and they can rule the advertising, blah, 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 blah. She kisses him on his way out. She pulls his tie down, kisses him, and leaves a big cartoon red lipstick on him. Wife is at home dealing with chucklefuck here, this guy. And he's like just throwing food and misbehaving and doing dumb shit.
Yeah, push the blender off the counter, just a fucking psycho.
Right. So he comes home and his wife sees the lipstick on his mouth and just kind of gives it a sideways look and doesn't ask.
Big old fucking, and he's like, oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. And it starts, Gizmo, this isn't Gizmo. And she's just like, totally doesn't say nothing. And just, we're on to this thing now.
Can you imagine, Jericho, you come home, 2-inch lipstick mark on your mouth and cheek. Your wife just sees and goes, nothing. Doesn't say anything. No. Never gonna happen.
Yeah, fucking right. We would talk about that and only that. Or you come home, your wife comes home and there's a hickey on her neck. And you just fucking don't say nothing. Yeah, right. Yeah, I wouldn't say nothing. And I go in that room and start packing her shit. But something would fucking happen. You come home with lipstick on your fucking face. And your wife's not going to. I wouldn't want a wife who wouldn't say anything.
Right. What is she
it's
like?
Not your wife.
Self-esteem?
Get the man. If my wife came home with a goddamn hickey on her neck, there would be problems that we've never seen before. There will be issues.
A lot of people saying problems we've never seen before.
Oh my god!
And they call it a hickey,
dude. And then to come in the house and you don't even know it. Like you didn't even hide. Like, he wasn't hiding. He didn't even know. Didn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Oh man, no way.
Anyway, like his uncle or dad or some old dude and his wife show up.
Yeah.
they're in New York, the big city, and she won't stop taking pictures. And I don't even remember.
I'm talking old-timey, giant, bright bulb, 1940s fucking camera.
Yeah. A flash bulb on it was like just blind, the whole room.
Twice. She did it twice. When they came in, first thing they opened the door, boom, big ass bright picture. Oh, hey. And then she left. One more. Boom, bright ass bulb in the face.
Now,
So
for those of you that weren't there in the 80s, there was frozen yogurt became a fad.
Yes.
Baby boomers born in the 40s, mostly in the 50s. They got into their 30s and the 80s, and they got fatter because people get fatter in their 30s. So it became the health craze. Jane Fonda workouts, all brand cereal, Richard Simmons, and frozen yogurt. Frozen yogurt was the great diet food that was not really diet food. It was just as bad for you as ice cream. It was full of sugar. So there's a frozen yogurt stand at the mall, but the Gremlins are in it. Yeah, there's
it's frozen yogurt, but you're putting M&Ms on top of it.
Right.
So it's like in high school, they used to have the salad bar, and kids would all start with salad, but then it was like ranch dressing and cheese and ham and all like, right. So it's not even it's just a vehicle for all the other shit to get in your mouth.
Yeah, a salad is a delivery system for the toppings, dude. That's all the lettuce is for. Okay.
Dude, it would just be loaded with shit.
Dude, what's your go-to salad, bro?
Any of them, bro. I'll tell you the worst salad is a Greek salad. Get your fucking olives out of here and your feta cheese.
Yeah, get the olives. Get lost with that.
And Southwest salad. Well, as long as you take those damn tortilla strips out of there, I'm good.
I am a Cobb salad guy. That's a good salad.
I'm cool.
Avocado,
yeah, Cobb salad's cool.
Avocado, hard-boiled egg, bacon, blue cheese crumbles, turkey. I like it. And then I put ranch dressing. Even though it's blue cheese crumbles, I'll put ranch dressing.
Yeah, Cobb's cool. Yeah, I'll take a Cobb. That'll work. Even a spring salad.
Love a good Caesar salad.
Chicken Caesar, even better.
I went to Tijuana, Mexico, and I went to Hotel Caesar on Revolution Avenue. That is the tourist area in Tijuana. And as you may guess, what was invented at the Hotel Caesar many decades ago was the Caesar salad.
Little Caesar's Pizza. Oh,
yeah, no, right. Pizza. If you go to
Pizza.
You go to Hotel Caesar in Tijuana, Mexico, they will make you the Caesar salad tableside, and they make the dressing fresh. They crack like 2 eggs. They put a little bit of mustard. They put oil. They take some anchovies. They bash it all up, the spices, the garlic. They stir it up, and they make fresh Caesar dressing and serve it to you on romaine. It's pretty good. I've had it. So
good.
So good right now. So anyway, Gremlins are on the loose. Billy finds out that they got the wrong gremlin and the bad gremlin's there. He's going to go turn off the water in the building, so he breaks in there with an axe. The security guard comes up and shoots all over in the air with a pistol because the bad gremlin is there and bites his nose. He has to turn off the water because if the gremlins get wet or the mogwais get wet, they reproduce. Just like little balls pop out and they instantly grow. It's gross. And then there's a security room with all the cameras and all the computer controls and everything and the people monitoring it. And they see all these problems going on. There's monsters in this mall building, and they don't call the police or the SWAT team.
Nope. Why?
Monsters that have bitten people, destroyed things, done something. They're like, well, I don't know. What should we do? Should we lock down the elevators or blah, blah, blah? The movie, it just, I don't know.
It's fucking.
So, and then in one of the worst scene transitions I've ever seen in a movie, this guy, Billy, gets arrested after he was fucking with the water thing. He gets arrested. This security guard, he gets arrested. And then the next scene they cut to is him coming out of the jail.
Real quick.
And it's the next scene. That's not how you write things. If he goes to jail, you have to cut to some other characters and something else and then come back to him getting out of jail.
Getting bailed out.
To show the audience like a couple hours went by. But he got arrested, and the next image is him walking out of the jail, telling his wife, how'd you get me out of there? She's like, next week's rent or whatever. I don't know. So
yeah, it was real quick. They arrested him, he got butt fucked, and then they sent him right out.
He comes out of jail walking, holding his butt like, ooh, man.
I don't ever want to get arrested again. That shit hurt.
I thought that was all a myth. Jeez.
First thing. Dude, they took my fingerprints and then it was on. But every facet of this movie is fucking dumb.
All right. So then what? Uncle Al Lewis, the Grandpa Munster, he has a TV show of horror movies that he hosts dressed as Dracula. Or when my son was little, he would say Draclia. He would transpose those letters. I thought it was the cutest thing. It's like,
that's a sister.
Dracula is there. It's like, it's Dracula, son.
Yeah, that's what I said. Dracula.
And he would also say binoculars. So one time I asked him if he thought Dracula had binoculars.
Yeah, my son would say sand sanitizer instead of hand sanitizer. And he would say "disgusting" instead of disgusting.
That's funny.
And his latest was special effects instead of special needs. So
He thought that retarded people were called special effects.
yeah, does he have special effects? I never corrected him because it was so fucking cute. But yeah, he has special effects.
Oh,
Like they're normal, but they just have fucking special effects added like a movie.
when Billy went to jail, he's like, I found the biggest guy in there, but it didn't go like the movie.
Yeah. I punched him, but he didn't fall.
Yeah.
And he just tore my clothes off, stretched it out. That's unfortunate. But fuck Billy. That's what you get for being in this stupid movie.
Billy,
Everybody in this
you're
movie
moron.
deserves that.
And Uncle Al's show got moved to a different time. The boy who was in Goonies, the Asian boy who had all the things, he was short round in the Indiana Jones, the horrible Indiana Jones. He's in this as a grown man, Asian tourist with a camera.
Are you sure?
It sure looks like him.
Are you sure that's not?
I've already gotten 2 or 3 guys wrong.
I think this is your third one. I don't think that's short round. Let's see.
You don't think that's him by now?
I don't think so.
Okay, I want it to be him. And the reason I made it him in my mind,
racist. I think you're
well, the reason I made it him in my mind is because Steven Spielberg produced this, and Steven Spielberg has put that guy in a bunch of his movies.
It's possible.
So I just made him that. I could be wrong. You should have just let me go with it.
No, I can't.
Let's see. We're looking him up now. Someone in the chat will correct me, I'm sure. None the miser or the other one of the others. I can't find him. I'm looking at the whole cast here, and I can't even find a headshot of him. Where is he? Because he plays a decent role. He plays the photographer for Grandpa Munster.
Fucking silly.
Anyway, we're just gonna say it's true. We can't find him now. The guy that played the delivery guy again, that's Tuco from Breaking Bad, the Mexican methamphetamine gangster. That's Tuco. That one I have right.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I looked it up. See, here's
now everything's in doubt.
This is Raymond Cruz. He was Tuco in Breaking Bad, and he was also the delivery guy that gets his clipboard all sneezed on.
Yeah, what the fuck? She sneezed on his clipboard like all over it and handed it to him. He just took it and left. He's like, yeah, cool, thanks.
Okay, we can't find the Asian guy that was a cameraman, so I'm just gonna say it's him. Let's see. None of the Myers says I think it's the guy from Gung Ho. I don't know what Gung Ho is. So anyway, the Gremlins are now going to turn into the monsters because they ate after midnight or some shit went on. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, who fucking cares?
They go into gooey cocoons. They come out as the weird reptiles. She doesn't like the redhead girl because of the kissy face stuff. I don't know. He goes to talk to the boss. They don't believe him. You're a kook. There's bullshit. There's no gremlins in this building. Then a gremlin comes out of the computer terminal and bites this guy's face. And people do not react like you think they would, like, oh, wow, that's bad. Can you imagine if Jericho, if this thing came out of the wall and attacked someone and you're just like,
any of these fucking things. Everybody's totally cool with it. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, alien, or whatever these things. I don't even know if they're, what are they? Demons or whatever the fuck they are.
The gremlins.
Anything. People would be like, what? Everybody's mind would be blown, but everyone in this movie is like, no.
In this movie, they're like, wow, those things are being naughty.
Yeah, those things are crazy.
So they cut to another TV station that's inside the building. There's a fake Julia Child there. Now, I know this isn't Julia Child. I've gotten about 3 or 4 actors wrong.
Yeah, you're good on this one.
Well, you gotta understand. I didn't get to watch movies growing up, so my memory's a little hazy of who might be who. I didn't watch these things back then, except for this movie I did watch. But you know what I mean. I didn't watch most movies, so I might have a confused idea who some of these people are. But Gremlins coming out of the cooking pot. They're coming out of the walls.
They're everywhere.
They throw stuff in the microwave to blow up the microwave. I remember my cousin John, the one who thought that he was going to seduce someone when he was mowing yards.
Yeah.
He threw a bag of potato chips in the microwave to see what would happen because of the foil lining, and it did spark a whole bunch, but it didn't start a fire or anything. So I remember his dad microwaved a hard-boiled egg. You should never do that. Or a jelly donut. When you warm food in the microwave and the viscosity of the materials are different, so the rate that it's going to heat up or break down or anything, and you're cooking something like an egg where the white cooks differently than the yolk. Dude, a hard-boiled egg, if you cook it in the microwave and you bite it, it can explode. No, it's not going to kill you or anything, but it can hurt you. And a jelly donut, too. My uncle bit the jelly donut and it blew up and it burned his face. So The Asian actor was not the kid from Indiana Jones. He was is Getty Watanabe. He was in 16 Candles, Gung Ho, and UHF. UHF, that's a weird movie. I saw that. Very
but that's not the kid from
No, it's definitely not the kid from Indiana Jones. I wanted it to be. I really wanted it to be. So look at this guy here. This is Morton Downey Jr., right? This guy? No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's him.
I'm just gonna get them all wrong. And so anyway, they're ruining the cooking show. They're lighting everything on fire. They're starting all kinds of trouble. They get wet because they start a fire in the kitchen. So they get these disgusting blisters on their backs. And in the blisters are little baby like lizard gremlins. They don't go to the. So if the teddy bear gremlin gets wet, a teddy bear gremlin grows out of his back. But if these lizard ones gets wet, then these disgusting lizard ones grow out of their back. Look how gross that is. That's like looks like some freaking STD or something like that.
Yeah, that shit is disgusting. Why? Why? What is that? So
I don't know. And they pop off, and now there's tons more. The guy that's not from Goonies and Indiana Jones, because he would be probably way too young at this point. Oh yeah, that kid was only like 9 in Indiana Jones, right? 9 or 10. So
yeah, he's like a little dude.
He would only be like 16 or 17 when this movie was made, or 15. This guy's like 25, so there's no way I could have been right about that. Let's see. He says, Weapon X, this movie was made this way on purpose. The director, I believe, is the same one from the first one and absolutely hated it. When they asked him to direct this one, he got full say-so on everything. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Captain Hero says that looks like a fat man's foot after walking on a hot road for an hour barefoot. Disgusting. Yeah, so these things pop out. They're stupid. They're ugly. They're gross. Eventually, then the security camera's like, there's a million pests. Our pest detection system is showing an infestation. And the security guard guy's like, those could be rats, right? And they're like, no, I don't think so. They're gremlins. So then we cut to an office. They're torturing Gizmo. They have him inside a copy machine, just smashed. They're making tons of pictures of his face. The girlfriend's going up the elevator to go do something. I don't remember what, but they sabotage the elevator, which is actually legitimately scary. It's not scary in the movie. The concept's scary. Donald Trump, Daniel Clamp, is in his office thinking about like, how do I solve this problem? How do I get out of this without, looking back? Because everything to him is marketing and fame and money. And, we got to look prestigious. We got to have the right persuasion. We got to have the right commercials. So he doesn't want to look bad. There's a lady, his secretary, he's talking to her about something. And there's a paper shredder at her desk. And this is the part that will live with me forever. Jericho, this is the scene.
Ugh. And that's if he set the mousetrap and then put the bread on top of it, that would set the mousetrap off. But anyway.
Right. He puts a mousetrap in the lady's sandwich, one of the gremlins. She bites it. Ooh, her tongue is stuck, whatever. He comes into the office, Daniel Clamp, and this thing attacks him, and he shoves it into a paper shredder. You see that there? And it's grinding this gremlin into guacamole.
Yeah.
After I snuck and saw this movie behind my mom's back and lied to her, she was making guacamole. And she spilled some on the counter. And when I looked at the guacamole on the counter, I just could only see this scene of the movie in my head. And my guilt overwhelmed me. I'm sorry that I lied, Mom. It was wrong. I should have never seen this movie. I didn't know how terrible it was.
Anyway, at that age, you'd have no idea. You think this was so cool.
I'm telling you, this green goo all over the counter was exactly like the guacamole at my house. That's all.
Looking guacamole. There's some bright green avocados. Those look delicious.
Anyway, so as you can tell, what we told you about, the movie doesn't really have a plot. It's like the gremlins get loose in the building, and then we got to stop them. There's no real characters. There's no real character arc. Nothing matters. Nothing happens. It's a movie that just goes in a big pointless circle. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the gremlins punch holes in the walls of the elevator. They're grabbing Phoebe Cates, but they don't kill her. They're going crazy in the laboratory, messing with the elevator, making the elevator go up and down. Richard Moulton, I believe his name is giving a movie review of Gremlins 1 and saying it sucks. So Gremlins come in and like beat him up in his TV studio. So there's a little bit of meta in this movie where it's like this movie is talking about the first movie, which is weird.
Should have been talking about this one.
Yeah. And you get to the lab and the gremlins are drinking all kinds of DNA, spider DNA. One drinks something with a lightning bolt on it and turns into electricity. So he's like a gremlin made of electricity. They just turn into different kind of, and one drinks something with a vegetable and he turns into a salad. Like he's made out of fruits and vegetables. It's really weird, but it's a really good special effect because it's not CGI. And like fruit starts popping up all over his face. They're like, how would you do that? I'm assuming they're little balloons. Like, he has a pepper on his face. He has a pickle on his face. He has like a tomato on his face. And it looks great, the special effect. I think that's the only compliment I have for this movie is the vegetable gremlin turning into vegetables.
That's it.
It's a cool looking effect because you could tell it's a practical effect. Then one of them drinks the brain hormone serum and he becomes a brilliant gremlin. And he's smarter than anyone in the entire town. And he talks with this sort of the kind of guy that would wear a turtleneck and drink scotch and talk to other intellectuals in a oak-walled office where they talk about reading the classics. You know, I don't know. I have no idea. He becomes a smart gremlin, and he says he wants the gremlins to not take over, but to create their own society and civilization. I don't know. It's stupid. He's scolding all the scientists in his lab. Christopher Lee. That's also Count Dooku. Also Saruman. Also Count Dracula, as my son would say when he was little. But there's a bat. There's a bat gremlin, and they inject him with sun-proof DNA because gremlins die in the sunlight, just like vampires. And they inject him with that so he can go fly out and go fly around the city and I don't know what, figure something out. I don't know why all the gremlins didn't all inject themselves with the sun-proof DNA right in that moment. If the Brainiac gremlin knew injecting this would make it so the sun wouldn't kill them, because the plot of this movie is the gremlins are causing mayhem in this building, but they're waiting until midnight, or they're waiting until the sun goes down so they can leave the building. And when they leave the building, they can take over the town. Why are they waiting if they have this sun-proof DNA shot that works almost instantly? See, that's just horrific writing.
Yeah, and it stays in the building. They never go anywhere else.
Right. Well, one
of them does. Yeah, one of them does.
He flies out the building, and when he punches out the building, it makes the bat symbol from the 1989 Bat movie. I don't know what kind of joke that is, but
it wasn't Warner Brothers. It's a Warner Brothers movie.
It's a Warner Brothers movie, but I don't get the joke. He's a bat, and he makes the Batman symbol. Okay.
You don't get it? I don't either.
Anyway, these guys are all fucking stupid. This whole movie's stupid. I regret seeing it. The salad monster attacks people at a salad bar in the building. The intelligent guy, the intelligent gremlin wears glasses. He takes the shot, then he goes down below the table and you can't see him. And then when he comes up, he starts speaking like this, and he's wearing glasses that he found on the floor.
Of course.
To show that he is now intelligent.
Everyone keeps glasses on the floor.
The gremlins just go crazy in this giant mall skyscraper building, attacking people everywhere. The wife is trying to get back to her husband or something. I don't know. They're biting people that jump out, but they don't murder people. They're just naughty and annoying.
Yeah, mischievous.
Yeah.
Mischievous. That's all.
And then the owner of the building lies and tells everyone the building is on fire to get them to evacuate. And then the flying one goes out. It attacks grandpa, uncle, whoever, Billy's relative. Mm-hmm. And he throws it into concrete because there's some construction going on over here.
Hey!
And then it flies up to the top of like an old church in New York City. Maybe it's that St. Peter's Cathedral or I don't know what the big cathedral is there in Manhattan, but I've seen plenty of pictures of it. And then it goes up there. And then, as we all know, concrete dries in 12 seconds. And it turns into a concrete gargoyle on top of the cathedral. Get it? I don't get it either. Like, I don't even understand the point of that. Isn't there a woman one? Yes. There was a vial of DNA that had the male symbol and the female symbol. And one of the gremlins gets shot up with it. Then they show up from behind. They have nice games. They got these calves and high heels, lipstick, and a hooker's like mini skirt, and like long green hair and the red giant lips. And a strong sexual appetite, apparently, this thing.
Yeah, right out of the gate, she's ready to get it on.
She's ready to go. And then they run over Gizmo with the toy trainer. They hit him with it. This is what they're doing. They're just torturing him.
Yeah. Hello, 911. What's your emergency? Help. Can you help us? They're being mischievous.
They're being naughty boys. And then the movie stops. And this is like this is the only cool thing in the movie besides the vegetables popping out of that guy's face. because it was a neat idea. The movie is like the characters are talking, and then like the screen like dissolves and melts, and then you see these like shadow puppet like gremlins, and they're like, and you see them with a reel of film and all this stuff. And when you're in the movie, it's meta. It's like, oh, the movie I'm watching got stopped by the gremlins. They're here in the theater, so it's kind of a neat thing. And they film it, you know, the film operator, he comes down and he's like, oh, these gremlins, you know, whatever, I gotta get out of here, this bullshit. And Hulk Hogan's in the movie theater. Yes, the Hulkster, rest in peace. And if you're wondering, we never mentioned it, but after he passed away, he died on my birthday, which is has nothing to do with me, obviously. But it was my 47th birthday, and I saw the news that morning. He passed away this last summer, July 24th. And loved Hulk Hogan. We always had a good time with him here on this channel. Jericho and I was sincerely just one of the heroes of the 80s. And this is 1990, so he was still a hero of the 80s at this point. And he's in a movie theater watching the movie, and the gremlins destroyed the film. And he turns around and yells at the gremlins that, you know, what are they going to do when the Hulkster runs all over these Grimsters or whatever. And then the movie starts back up. It's a very weird meta. What do you think of this?
I mean, obviously, the movie was huge. Hulk Hogan's huge. Let's get them together. But yeah, it was just more corny, cheesy, dumb bullshit. You know, no disrespect to Hulk Hogan. I'm sure the payday was nice.
Right.
But yeah, this was just another stupid brick on the pile.
WeaponX has been saying comments in the chat. I'll paraphrase that the director of this hated this and didn't want to do it, but since they made him do it, basically, you know, Hollywood strong arming or money or whatever, he had full creative control, and it was just like him mocking them. You know, it's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I hated the first one that I did. I'll do this one. And yeah, this whole movie seems to mock itself, mock Warner Brothers, mock the whole thing. The movie, if that's the case, if he set out to make a bad movie and mock it, then this is a great movie because mission accomplished.
But they didn't sell it that way. You know,
I'm just saying.
I've never heard that.
I'm just saying mission accomplished for the director. Like it's a victory for him in that way, if that was his intention.
That's very esoteric of him.
Yeah.
That's a very, like, fucking two people know that.
Right.
Like, this is just some dog shit.
Captain Haruna says, never got to make my Passamania commercial. Now it feels like it might be disrespectful. Yeah, when he passed away, I'm like, how do I handle that on the show? Because he was our #1 improv character. And it's like, I want to do that now, right?
He was the man.
Because that just felt weird. So we retired it. So, yeah. I feel like you could have a dead person on here if they were historical. You know, Abraham Lincoln or, you know, Julius Caesar. Because it's so removed that a lot of their actual humanity is stripped away because now it's just like stuff we read in a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that's okay. But someone that we didn't know, never met Hulk Hogan. You met him. You had the pleasure of meeting him once.
I did.
You walked him to the bathroom, but you did not go in with him.
I didn't go in, guys. I did not hold his cock, but I did take him to the threshold.
Right.
Of the bathroom.
But yeah, it just felt weird. So I can't even tell you. The Gremlins just keep doing stupid shit. One of them turns into electricity. Don't ask me, dude. He drinks a vial of something that turns him into a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cocaine? Is that what you think?
Hopefully.
One gets acid thrown on his face.
Hopefully that'll explain this shit.
Oh, look at that. Look at that ass on this one, huh? This is the girl one. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. And then she wants to attack the guy that I thought was Joe Isuzu, but was actually the medical android, whatever, on Star Trek. Was this guy like half android, half human, or he was all robot on Star Trek? I don't know.
Never watched that shit.
Star Trek, no. Bad. Horrible. You're not a Star Trek guy, are you, Jericho? You don't strike me as one.
No. Nope.
You know,
I'm familiar with it. I know of the fandom, but no.
You know, you didn't have you didn't dress as Spock and your wife as Kirk when you got married.
No, I wanted to.
You ever see those where people have like a Star Wars wedding or like just something horrible like that?
Fucking nerds.
Jeez. So yeah, this thing is
hell no.
Trying to constantly assault the right-hand man to Donald Clamp or Daniel Clamp. Christopher Lee, Count Dracula. He gets electrocuted to death by the lightning gremlin. And then they trap the lightning gremlin in a phone by like holding a phone up and he goes in, and then they put the phone on hold.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Is it how you trap your electrical charged monsters, huh?
This movie's so fucking dumb.
How do you trap them?
This movie's this is the only gremlin that's actually scary. Is the giant tarantula gremlin? This is the disgusting. This thing.
Ugh.
He drinks spider juice. Spider juice. Spider juice. It's really hard to get spider juice.
No, it's not. It's give it about 5 minutes and a good tell.
Just ask Spider-Man. He'll give you some spider
he'll
juice.
give you all kinds. Like, hey, that's enough spider juice. You're fucking disgusting.
There's always the crowd of people in New York watching disasters unfold. Are New Yorkers stupid? Like,
why would you want to see that?
Like, if there were monsters in a building, Jericho, there are horrible little goblins in a building. They may or may not be killing and eating people. Do you want to come downtown with me and watch?
Yeah, I want to stand 20 feet from the door and fucking wait.
Hey, there's fucking goblins in there.
I'm watching a crime over here.
Hey, they're eating people's faces in there.
I gotta seize it.
Why do New Yorkers always watch this horrible shit happening in their city in these movies?
They love it. And there'll be like debris falling from the roof and shit. They'll be right there.
Oh, I'm eating a chopped cheese over here.
Hey, I'm having a slice.
Having gabagool. Hey, Spider-Man, want some?
Already got some.
Let's see. Yes, most New Yorkers are dumb. That is the impression I get. Sorry, New Yorkers. Not sorry. We're waiting for the giant marshmallow guy over here. Yeah.
Hey, that's not marshmallows.
Oh no.
It's just the Ghostbusters on the roof fucking jerking it over the edge.
Then the Asian guy who's not the kid from Indiana Jones and
racist.
Grandpa Al Lewis, Grandpa Munster. They start like interviewing one of the gremlins sooner or later. They interview the Brainiac one. It's so dumb. And then the gremlins are causing so much trouble, hurting everyone, destroying the building, starting fires, breaking everything. The Gizmo, in the beginning of the movie, he was watching Rambo 2 or 3. I didn't catch which one. He just talking about war. War. It's never over.
2.
And Gizmo's like inspired by Rambo. And he starts lifting weights and he creates like a bow and arrow out of a paper clip. And he turns into Rambo. He even puts a red bandana on his head. I don't know. There's the electric gremlin stuck in a phone. There's the spider one drinking more spider juice. Spider juice. Spider juice. How much, like, if you had to chug spider juice, how much do you think you could chug?
If it's high quality spider juice?
Yeah.
Probably like a half gallon.
All right.
But he likes to get it from the tap. He's like, come here, Peter Parker. Get it from the source.
And I do like the way that Daniel Clamp, Donald Trump, is written. He's like a really sanctimonious, like, airhead. Like he's never paying attention to anyone. He's like, yeah, that's right. We could make money that way. Like he's always like out to lunch just thinking of his empire and his money. And the world is ending. He's like, oh, I thought I'd never have to play this tape. He puts a cassette in the tape player, and it's like, thank you for tuning into Clamp and being a loyal customer. Now that the world is ending, we want you to reflect on all the good times you had. It's like an end of the world.
Well, everybody records one of those.
Right.
Every CEO in the 90s recorded an end of the world tape.
Right. Just in case.
Just in case. What if the world ends at work? You got to be able to tell people how you feel.
The redheaded girl's running away from all the trouble, gets stuck in the spider gremlin's web of goo.
Ew, more goo?
There's goo everywhere in this movie.
Spider goo? Now there's
spider goo, gremlin goo, mayonnaise on people's faces.
Dude, that gremlin fucking jizzes on that old man's face.
He just painted that guy's face, dude.
It's like dripping down his chin. It's like on his cheek and shit. It's so disgusting.
He sneaks out of the building in like a little secret elevator that comes out of a planter on the sidewalk in New York. The news interviews him. Like, he goes to all the trouble to sneak out of the building, then walks right up to reporters.
Yeah, to the nosiest person in town.
You're sneaking out of the building, but then you walk up to reporters.
Hey, I'm trying to come out of a secret exit. Oh, hey.
Read it for you, Gabe. Dracula's not Alice. Oh, I know that's not really Al Lewis. I'm just calling him Grandpa Munster. I don't know who it is. I have no idea. It's another actor playing Al Lewis, playing Dracula. I have no idea. That one I didn't get wrong. I do know that wasn't really him.
We'll put layers on it.
So, yeah. I threw you a curveball that time. I screwed up the first 3, so I could fake out the fourth one.
Fourth time's a charm.
Billy gets knocked out with a cartoon donk hammer on the head by Chucklefuck.
When in reality, that would cave in the back of his fucking skull and he would die right there on the floor if you hit somebody in the back of the head with a mallet. But anyway.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Captain Horner says a YouTuber he used to watch years ago said they had a video talking to his subscribers in the event he suddenly died and asked his wife to upload it if it happened. Wow. Okay. Wow. I guess he was.
Play while he's still alive. Why be gone and then tell people how you feel about him? Play that shit now.
All right. Okay, so we're blasting to the end here. Grandpa Alouz interviews the Brainiac one. He kills another gremlin with a gun to the face. It's ridiculous. The gremlins have a big party. They're singing New York, New York. They have a plan to lure them all out to the atrium or the front, the lobby, put up a big curtain that looks like nighttime, put all the clocks in the building ahead 3-4 hours, so then they can put sunlight on all these things and that'll cook them all and kill them instantly. But a storm comes. They can't put sunlight on them. He gets saved from this guy, the dentist. The girl saves. Well, let's just get to the fucking end of this piece of shit. Let's put this out of our misery. He shows up as Rambo. It's stupid. He burns the tarantula gremlin. But here's how it ends. They get all the gremlins in the lobby. They shoot them with a fire hose. They get them all wet. Then they open the phone and take the guy off of hold. The transvestite. They do a whole musical number where they're singing New York, New York. They take the transvestite or the electric gremlin off of hold the phone up right there, and the electricity cooks all the gremlins.
Naturally.
The electricity just goes around and around and around the water. And the effects of them gooping and dying and all that is really awesome. They look disgusting. The people run in. The kid that is not from Indiana Jones, the guy that is not Al Lewis, talk to the guy that is not Donald Trump. And, we're going to promote you. You did a great job interviewing, blah, blah, blah. And dead gremlins everywhere. And that's just kind of how this piece of shit ends. And I got in trouble for sneaking off to see this movie. Oh, and it ends with not Joey Suzu, the first guy I got wrong. This thing, dun, 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 it comes up to him that it's the only gremlin still alive, the transvestite one. And it's like, and he's like, he backs to the wall, and then he goes,
hell's no.
He's desperate, so,
Yeah, real desperate. He's going out of his species.
Yeah, so.
Ew.
I mean, everyone has had, a time when they've been hard up. But
yeah, but I usually
not
keep
that
it with
hard
humans.
Not that
We
hard.
usually keep it within human community, but I guess if you got to go get demon or alien vagina, whatever that is, whatever those little fuckers are, mystical creature vagina.
Yeah, Captain, you're right. I deserve to be punished for watching this movie because of how bad it is.
There's no sympathy.
Right.
There's empathy because you had to watch it.
Right.
But no sympathy.
Right. So that is Gremlins 2. I'm sorry, Mom, that I lied to you about Captain Hook and I went and saw this instead. I'm ashamed that I saw a movie this bad.
What a waste. You could have gotten in trouble over something good. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
we'll be back next week with our last Halloween monster horror theme movie. I think it's Fright Night is what you want to do, right, Jericho? I've never seen this.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, but it's been years.
It's not bad like this, is it? It's watchable because this was terrible.
Oh yeah. There's nothing worse than this. Don't worry. Okay. There's nothing worse than this.
This is up there. This is our Hall of Fame. This is Madam Web, Revenge of the Ninja level shit. This movie.
This is in the upper stratosphere.
Yeah.
But no, nothing like this. Actually, a good 80s vampire movie.
Okay, I've never seen it. I used to see the box at the movie theater all the time. It has one of the best covers. The scary clouds, the big vampire mouth over the house. You know what I'm talking about?
Correct.
It's got one of the great. I'll get you out of here, but I have to show the audience that after I mention it because I think it is one of the best looking like posters for this kind of thing. Hold on, open image in new tab.
I was always scared to watch it as a little kid because
I remember seeing this at the video store as a kid all the time. Bring it up on the screen and thinking that was such a great poster for a scary movie. Creepy house, big scary face in the clouds. So finally gonna see it. Finally gonna see this movie, and apparently it's not as bad as Gremlins 2. Horrific movie.
Definitely.
Anything you want to promote before we go? Sorry, say it again.
I said nothing's worse than Gremlins 2, but I have some new merch coming out. I'm doing more shorts on YouTube, more reels on Instagram. So just keep your eyes peeled. I'm always keeping something squirting out. So keep your eyes open. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and all that good shit.
All right, go to bigmancomics.com and get Empyrean. It's in stock. You buy it now. It ships now. Jericho, is this a good book? Should they buy it for great entertainment?
Amazing book.
Thank
for
you.
grown-ups, for future grown-ups. It's a great story, and if it's great, then it plays for any audience, and that's exactly what it does. Twists, turns, surprises. The artwork is amazing. Characters, everything.
Thank you. It was a labor of love, and we got more Tyrus and Dean Cain, all kinds of great stuff coming. BigManComics.com. We will see you next week for Fright Night, and I will not get all the actors wrong in that one.